What's up, everybody? How's it going? Happy fucking Monday, everyone. It's very good to see everybody. Welcome to everybody in the chat and everybody that's commenting right now. I am Sean Tanktop. It is the Mando Monday live streams, the final Mando Monday live streams. And we got ourselves.
Say it ain't so.
We have assembled a crew. Much like the end of this season's, much like the finale, we've assembled a fucking squad. We have ourselves a lot of very, very special people joining us. A bunch of people who have joined us on Mondays past. But first and foremost, let's get all these introductions out of the way before we get into this whole breakdown of the finale of season 2 of The Mandalorian, which I thought everybody had a really great time with. I'm sure we got a lot to talk about. I appreciate everybody who's coming on. And I also appreciate my co-host, Dustin and Morgan. How you doing over there, Morgan?
What's up? Great.
Good to see you guys. How you guys feeling over there? Hold on. Let's see that beautiful holiday here, baby boy over there.
Santa Grogu.
Oh man.
So all right, before we get started,
is that a kill?
It's a dog costume. But before we get started, before we got this kicked off, Emil was trying to shame us with his mint in package baby Grogu.
That's true.
But if you guys can see in the background, I know Wicket wasn't in the episode, but that Wicket is older than you are, Emil. I've had that motherfucker.
You've been aged right now. We don't tolerate that on this platform.
So I don't want to hear shit about shit, motherfucker. I've been in this game longer than you've been alive.
Oh my god, amazing! No, you know what? This is very, very much like this. Very much like this episode. There's a little like the Mandos were kind of. There was a little bit of sniping, a little bit of
totally
stuff like that, or whatever. We're having that with our fucking guest and our fucking.
You coming for the crown? You got to earn that crown, man.
Oh man!
It's like to keep it going. We also have our other co-host, Matt2D2, aka Maddie K. Ray. How you doing over there, Maddie?
Oh, I'm having a great time. I just saw the Christmas star outside. I ran out with my whole family and we were like, look. And that was really fun. Yeah, and now I'm drinking coffee and hot chocolate and going crazy about this.
A coffee hot chocolate combo. I don't think I've ever done that before. That sounds pretty solid.
Dirty. It's
if you have a Keurig, like just dump in a packet of hot chocolate mix and just brew some coffee on that motherfucker and you're good to go. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, shit. We like Obi-Wan. We've taken our first step into a larger world.
Look, microwave hacks are my whole life.
Dude, I'm with it. I'm all about it. And as you can see, we have ourselves another very special guest. He joined us. I think in what was that? Was that episode 3, the Bo-Katan episode? I believe. Right around there, I think. We have ourselves. You know him. You've seen his face. He illuminated it all around the world with one of the most affecting scenes in TV history. You know him as. I mean, what do you want me to say, my dude?
He held the door, bro.
Exactly. And so we have ourselves young Hodor, aka Sam Coleman. How are you doing today, my friend? How you doing there, buddy?
Young King.
Yeah, I'm good. If only those dark troopers had me there to hold the door. You know?
We were thinking that.
Oh, he could have gotten over there, man. Like that would have been pretty solid.
They would have stood a chance.
But that one dude, one trooper who had his hand through, he had Hodor intentions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He did it though. Yeah.
Somewhere there was a younger droid having a seizure.
Right, and then it was like. I'm
sorry.
Also the other thing was that young Hodor is like that is with Bran, that's like a Jedi mind trick gone bad. Like that's like what happens if you're a Force user but you don't know what the fuck you're doing yet or whatever, and like you fucking like scramble some fucking Hodor eggs over there. Apparently, some Willis eggs rather.
There you go.
Right.
Willis. What you talking about, Willis?
I had to stop those comments. I've been getting myself in trouble since the other day with this shit. But Sam, we appreciate you coming by very much.
Sam, I want you to know that Willis is basically the baby Yoda of like, you know what I'm saying, Game of Thrones, dog.
Baby Yoda, baby Yoda, baby. That's
baby Yoda, exactly, my boy.
I love it. And if you haven't noticed him yet, he's down there in the bottom left, and we love this man very much. How you doing over there? It is Emil, aka BrokeBoyGamer,
aka Mando class Rissian, you know what I'm saying, aka the Omar from the Wire of Star Wars, you know what I'm saying.
With that, dude, absolutely. How you feeling today, man?
Man, I'm feeling like $1,000,000. You know what I'm saying? I cannot complain. Feeling good, feeling great, feeling good. How are you? You know what I'm saying?
Feeling like 1,000,000 credits.
A million,
Hey.
Oh,
credits,
yeah.
a million credits, absolutely. No, I mean like a million calamari credits. No, I'm feeling great, man. Like, it was a fun week. It's always with finales. I mean, like, as I'm sure, like whenever a season of a show kind of puts a button on something, like on its story of, like at least in some small measure, there's always a very robust conversation. And that's what we've been having since we dropped our video and since the episode at large aired on Friday.
Yeah.
And it's been mostly awesome. I like this. We'll get to that, Church. Simon, I see you out there, Simon section.
Dude, I was so high when I first watched the premiere that my brain was 1,000,000 parsecs away. Yeah, I know that. I had to rewatch it today, but there was a Jedi in it. I thought it was just
There was a Jedi in there. Oh my god, absolutely. But yeah, and also if anybody who had set themselves a reminder and checked in before, we just want to say that we had another guest scheduled to come in. Xavier, aka Naztradamix, an internet meme legend, like much more so than anyone.
An understatement, man. He was
crazy. No, it's crazy. But who did a bunch of legendary edits back in the day, aka the basically the brainchild of the I'm the Juggernaut bitch, like that whole
made it to the movie, man.
That whole fucking exactly like that whole sensation that was like, basically right around the formation of YouTube, which is like, now it's like the
Wild West now.
The guiding force of my life right now, as far as like fucking, as far as like my work and shit like that on YouTube. And this guy was one of the first stars of that, but he couldn't make it. He had I think he works up in O'Hare or something like that, or something like that. He works somewhere, but it's the holidays. It's a tough time happening all over, and he wasn't able to make it. Shout out to Naz. Go check him out. So we have ourselves like links to his Twitter, his Instagram, all that stuff in the description. Just so everybody knows, we're going to put out a couple of ground rules going forward before we start to talk about this here episode. Be cool. Number one. It's okay to like a thing. It's okay to be disappointed in a thing. That's something that that's a maxim that I hold very dear. But I just want to just going forward, we're going to kind of start to break down this episode. This is full spoilers. If you haven't seen this shit, I don't know what the fuck you're doing on this fucking stream, but you better get off and go watch that episode and then come back here. And if you guys want to make sure, I know that we also have we have an awesome, amazing, robust conversation going on in the chat. And one way that if you guys want to make sure, because I can't always see every single comment that happens because, we're programming all these different things. If you want to make sure that we highlight one of your, say, I think she already did, but say Naomi Be Great, hit us up with a super chat. That guarantees that she gets on the screen. That guarantees that we are going to look at her comment. We're going to make sure that we talk about what she wanted us to talk about.
Sweet profile pic too, man. That's a sweet cartoon version of yourself.
I know. Awesome. I gotta get myself one of those. I gotta hit up Naomi, and she's got to tell me where she got hers because I gotta.
You gotta get a dick version of yourself, like that guy that draws the dicks.
Well, Emil already has one.
Oh my god, no. But so So if you want to make sure that we highlight your, any particular question, comment, observation, whatever, and you want to put your 2 cents into this here conversation and guarantee that happens, hit us up with a super chat for any dollar amount. We really do appreciate you. And as we'll name them off, even though it's not the first one, we're gonna highlight everybody, but we'll get through these real quick. Shout out to Matt Carper, Sean the Drases, Maddie, all the guests you've had.
He's literally a trooper.
Literally a
trooper.
The last few weeks have been a hell of a amount of fun for me with these live streams. You made an old Star Wars fan happy for his fandom again. No, I mean and again, it's all about goodwill. It's all about that love, and that's definitely something that I think that's the one unifying thing about this finale that I think is just there's there's a great amount of enthusiasm, and I think that's been really cool. Shout out again, a fucking. Oh my god! Look at this! Look at this!
Naked Mikey Walton, yeah.
It's over there. It's fucking Naked Mikey Walton over there.
Listen, when you're that cool, you don't need clothes.
Exactly.
No
But,
clothes necessary.
Fennec Shand was making Mikey Walton's MVP. We'll talk about that when we get to our MVPs, because I think that there was a lot of cool fucking moments, especially in like the latter half of this episode. And we're going to get to all of them. And again, shout out to Naomi B. Great. Dr. Pershing was the MVP because he spilled the entire team.
Yeah.
Dude could not shut the fuck up singing like a canary. So what happened?
I love him.
Does he tell the Old Republic about Grogu's blood? Maybe he does.
Immediately.
Maybe he doesn't. We're gonna have to see. But oh man, I mean, like, so there's a lot of things. We'll come back to that, Naomi. Remind us.
I love Dr. Bathing. I will come back to it.
Dr. Bathing? Is that what we're calling it? I love it. Oh my god.
He's my little twink husband, and I love him.
Right,
Oh.
100%, man. Yeah,
it's not what they call you, what you answer to. You know, it's not what they call you, it's what you answer to.
100%. Okay, well, anyway, we're gonna start to get into this shit real quick. Again, we really do appreciate everybody that's been throwing down. Oh, Gabe's over here.
Ah.
Okay, all right. We'll get Gabe. We'll save that. We'll get to that. Don't worry. We'll get to the Luke of it all. But first things first, we're gonna come up with our General Kenobi thoughts about this episode. Everybody, what are we thinking? Maddie, let's have you lead with this one. What are you thinking?
I was very worried. If you had like told me, like all things, if you like give me a summary of the episode, I'm like, no, I don't want to watch that. That sounds dumb. But watching it, I had a great time. I cried. I feel like everybody cried.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much. It's not my favorite. I will say that it's not my favorite. But what was there was very, very, very good. So I'm okay with it.
Hell yeah. Let's kick it over to Sam. What are you thinking over there? What was your general thoughts about the episode?
Hell yeah. It had everything. You were like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It was like a constant like edging for the whole time, and then a big finale explosion at the end.
I would love to watch an episode with you, bro. I feel like it'd be way more entertaining because like I want to see you make those faces in real time.
I mean,
let me know in advance so I can put some clothes on first. And then...
Nah, man, we watching it ripped out the whole time, bro.
I love it. No, I mean, like, I think that's well said, Sam. I mean, like, it was a roller coaster. It was like, it was a lot of peaks. And that was what was kind of impressive about, like, definitely like the last, I'd say like 20 minutes to keep that pace up and to sneak in like some really emotional stuff. And the things that we got was impressive, I think, like on the filmmaker's part. So I think that's well said. Emil, what do you guys think? Emil, what are you thinking over there, buddy?
Well, when I first watched it, I was high as an X-Wing flying over Tatooine. So I watched it again, and I'm like, a lot of my original concerns have been laid to rest because it was a beautiful episode. I definitely think from my general Kenobi thoughts would be that like it's a great setup for the rest of like the SWCU, the Star Wars Cinematic Universe. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole episode is a setup. You know what I mean? But I was really like surprised and like impressed with Peyton Reed like directing it because I was like, dude, like Ant-Man was cool, but like, do you deserve the finale of like, so like the fact that like he did any like the fight scenes and that shit were amazing, dude. Like there was like there was a Hurricane Rana in the bar. There was like someone grab somebody with the string, and then like the girl like jet rocks the lady. She like jet rocks into like with a flying knee with a jet rocket. Oh my god! Like the fight scenes were just like, all right, that's top of the line. Chef's kiss.
It was MMA. It was Mandalorian mixed martial arts kind of.
100%, dude. It was 3M. It was 3MZ. Yeah, that's right.
It was really fucking it was really impressive.
That shit was I will say like with my original thoughts though, like I was given like the last scene like so much shit because I was like, damn, this music is so cheesy. Like, and it wasn't as cheesy because like anything that Ludwig does is amazing, and I apologize for disrespecting the guy. But at the same time, I felt like they were like I feel like all those like last moment scenes could have been cut slightly shorter, you know what I'm saying? So, but as all, I think it was a great episode. Like Manny said, it's not my favorite, but I do appreciate what it set up for the future, and I think that's fun.
So, to be clear, you don't like the music?
I thought the music I liked it, but I thought it could have been like cut a little shorter. Like some of the scenes.
We'll talk about it.
It was like, be emotional, be emotional, be emotional.
Yeah,
right. I got you.
All right, I'm emotional.
I can feel that for sure. Well, anyway, I think we're gonna be moving. I think that's pretty good for general thought. Wait,
Oh, well, no, Dustin and Morgan.
Well, yeah, more Drases. What are you guys thinking over there?
I think we agree with a lot of it. I just was impressed that like Luke Skywalker's in the room, but I'm like transfixed on like Grogu Mando's father-dad thing.
The power of emotional bond, yeah, for sure.
So that was all I cared about in that scene. I was like, oh yeah, the Luke's here, cool. But and then R2D2 showed up and I shat my pants. But...
I was more excited about R2 than I was about Luke.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree.
Was it R2D number 2? Basically, is what happened.
I did that. It was
Well, it's because he's the reason. Like R2 pretty much was like the glue that made Grogu be like, all right, I guess I'll leave. I guess before he was like, nah, bro, I'm standing on his leg.
Well, he already started walking towards Luke.
Right.
Somebody had a theory. One of the comments somewhere that R2D2 smuggled Grogu out of the temple. That's why.
Right. That's why they were homies. Maybe. Oh,
that'd be fun.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. I think there's an X-wing showing up right now. I gotta.
Are you a Jedi?
Yeah, it's a juggernaut, bitch!
And we got him. What's going on? Who's that?
Hey, yo, that was amazing.
Came with a costume.
That was fucking amazing.
A legit actual fucking lightsaber. Wow. What's going on? Hey,
now I have to fight you.
We thought, oh my god, we got lightsabers.
Emil Duck.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly, right? Oh my god.
Thank you, Morgan.
We did not know. We set ourselves up a little bit of a bit or whatever it was.
My god.
Thankfully, just the same thing as with this episode, we had ourselves a legend decided to grace us with his presence. We got ourselves Naztradamix, Xavier, aka Naztradamix, one of the original meme legends of the internet with I'm the Juggernaut bitch, amongst a bunch of other things, a bunch of awesome Power Rangers edits, a bunch of tons of
Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, the list goes on and on.
Anyways, I just want to say, everybody say hi to Naz. How you doing over there, sir?
I'm great, man. I'm freaking having a blast here. Thank you for inviting me to this. I mean, I had a blast with you guys before, and I'm happy to be here. And it's funny how this all worked out because it was just like, hey, I got this idea because I would have been late most likely, crazy. And you came up with this bit, and the moment before we started, you said all that, and then it hit me. I was like, wait a minute, I have a robe and
we didn't even know he was gonna do that.
I know, it's amazing. Amazing.
Well, again, not to say, because we can see the room in the back, but I was just like, as soon as you said oh no, I got something I'm gonna do, I was like, this motherfucker has a lightsaber. I know that this motherfucker has a lightsaber, and I know
that was amazing. That's finale quality shit right there.
That's nothing, but we're just getting started, and just in time so we can get his thoughts on his General Kenobi thoughts about the episode. Naz, what were you thinking about this episode as a whole, my dude? What are you thinking, man?
As a whole, it was great for so many reasons. One is the fan service just didn't stop after Ahsoka episode.
That's true.
It just kept going and going. So I felt in this season, once it hit to that Ahsoka, it's just it was just gonna hold from there. But what's more important than just seeing Luke Skywalker again, which I have my opinion about that, a big freaking opinion about Luke Skywalker. Mm-hmm. It's that it set up the next season in a way that we really don't know what to expect. Last season kind of expected what was going on this season. We expected, they just gave it away, the Ahsoka. We expected Boba. We expected that kind of stuff. They're looking for a Jedi, and it's you hoped and wish it was there's only one Jedi out there, and it's gonna be Luke Skywalker. So this one, Yeah, exactly. So this one kind of, and I got my opinions about The Last Jedi there. But this one set up like the next season is, we're left with Mando being now the leader of the Mandalorians because he has the black saber,
Right.
We have Bo-Katan who really wants it, and what does that mean in the next season? What this guy's just being thrown into stuff that he doesn't, he wasn't planned to get thrown into, and he got to deal with it. Now he has to deal with being like the leader of the Mandalorians, quote unquote.
Right. Or like, yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of see how that rubber sort of meets the road insofar as just like what, like, because he's like the Jon Snow of fucking Mandalore. He's just like, I don't want it. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like, I don't really want this. Here it is. I don't give a shit. Take it away. I don't want, or whatever. But it'll be interesting to kind of see, like, because insofar as now there are like kind of multiple, like, I think, like dramatic threads that were kind of opened and frayed by kind of concluding, at least to some degree, like Grogu and Din Djarin's story. Like their story kind of had like a finality to it, in a certain sense. Not that I don't think that Grogu isn't coming back, because if they can't stay away from fucking weird jab Luke Skywalker's fucking face, and they can't stay away from Grogu's face. You know what I'm saying? Like insofar as, so I think that he will be back at some point, but there's a lot of different things a lot of places that they can go. So I think that's well said. Not
creepy Luke Skywalker's face was horrible. It's like adorable but horrible at the end though. It's just horrible, bro.
Like it was a nice moment. But like, yeah, I think it just kind of, I think, and again, it comes down to personal taste, because there are some people that just loved it. They were totally all about it. They're just like, I didn't mind the fact that it was like a little wonky. It's cool. Like I got to see this version of Luke that I've wanted to see on screen and shit. So I thought that like all that stuff was pretty good. But let's just kind of, to keep it moving along, let's talk about our favorite scenes of the episode. Emil, let's kick it over to you, boss. Like, what do you think? Favorite scene of the episode? What do you got?
It was a photo finish tie between the R2 scene, because I was like, oh, adorable. And then like also I just really enjoyed the Boba fight scene in the bar. Like Sasha Banks got a chance to do a fucking like Hurricane Rana, like that shit.
It's awesome. It was so cool.
That's top of the line shit right there. Also, like they like they rise up at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like
they were on a date.
Like that. Oh, okay.
They were.
That's real.
They were on a date.
They were on a date night.
I saw this tweet that was like Casca Reeves punching Boba Fett. You interrupted my date, and I was.
That's real. And also those, like, I see them. You know what I'm saying? Those two women battling the fucking, like, you know what I'm saying, the galaxy against them. Like Sasha Banks, aka whatever her real name is in the show. But like, she's like, you know what I'm saying? She believes in like Bo-Katan's, like, you know what I'm saying, mission to like restore like Mando to its like full potential. So like, I could definitely see you falling in love with the person who's your fucking hero and shit. You know what I mean? Also, like that happens all the time in like all Spartan movies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers fall in love on the battlefield every day, son.
It's real pacifist Achilles energy for sure.
I mean, they were having like, I mean, it was funny though, because I mean, again, you know, I mean, I don't think I've ever related to Bo-Katan more in this episode, because it's like, man, we got all this, like, this really incredible shit, like, you know, this really important stuff to do, but you're just hanging out, getting wasted in a bar.
Right, exactly. Yo,
right on, like they're just hanging out.
Same.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
So yeah, so I would probably like the Bo-Katan date that turned into a fight scene, Roadhouse style. I think that was really sweet.
Hell yeah,
Dude,
that is my dream date right there.
Right.
Flamethrower to flamethrower at the end.
Yeah.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. Top of the line entertainment right there. You can't beat that. Not with a bat.
That was super fun. Sam, favorite scene of the episode?
For me, it has to be the 1v1 Mando v Dark Trooper fight. Everything from the right at the beginning, when he's like walking past and then does that double take and realizes there's a room full of like death robots. Right. Just with the door open, you know, and they're like, he's like, oh, Christ, shut the door. And then they just break through. And then this is probably the closest we're ever going to get to a proper gruesome fight in Star Wars. Because obviously there's no blood in the Star Wars. But there is, this is like brutal with the
There
Gas
is
coming out.
one blood in a Star Wars, and it's when Han raises his hand and he's got blood on it in Empire. The only blood in Star Wars.
It's like or like when Finn does like his thing like on the
Oh, he
on
has
the
some blood on his
stormtroopers.
little.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
Just a
forgot.
little bit, but that's literally like that is like the equal to like fucking gallons of blood. Like that's like the Shining, but in Star Wars. It's just that little bit right across.
That smear was just like, yeah,
right, exactly. Directed by Stanley Kubrick, back from the grave. Naz, what was your favorite scene of this episode for you, man?
I have 3.
Roll with it. Do it.
One is definitely the Death Troopers, right? They're called.
Yes.
Him versus Mando, because to me that was just
Dark Trooper.
Right.
Oh, Dark Trooper. There you go.
Yeah.
Him versus Mando, because to me that was just like it was Terminator and Star Wars. That's what it was to me. You know, like I wanted to hear like the theme song have a little hint of the dun 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 and it's somewhere. You know, like just like yes. So to me that was just like Terminator crossover, and it was really, really good to see him go at it and take one down, but he had to really fight. Then it was Cara Dune, after she fixed her blaster from getting jammed and just went out there and started spraying the
the whole crowd got wet.
And that was just like, because I love her, I love that character, and I love that they were out there kicking ass, and it just took me back to the Battlefront game because I love that game. So it's just like, hey, you guys made me want to go back and play Battlefront and just spray everybody. And then of course Luke Skywalker. I mean, how can that not be the favorite scene of the whole entire episode? It was a surprise. Well, not to me because the internet and my friend ruined it, but it was still a good surprise, and it's mostly very important to me, and I know to other people, because The Last Jedi gave me a bad taste when it came to Luke Skywalker, because that was not the Luke Skywalker I wanted to see. I didn't want to see one that just said fuck it and just abandoned the whole universe and let it go into whatever it wanted to. I wanted to see this Jedi, this Superman of Star Wars come out and show hope and fight for justice and all that stuff and do what he needed to do. And this was him. Like, this is literally him that we didn't get to see, because the last we saw of him was in Return of the Jedi, and he just did his thing and then that's it. Everything else was left to the imagination of what he did, or if you read a book, or you read the comics from back then, or even the comics now.
For sure.
So this was him, like, as my friend Randy says, God mode, he just went out there and he was just like, God mode and just killing everybody. And that was like, if there was a way to end this season, that was the way. And I know I talked to a friend who said like, oh, I didn't want them to introduce Skywalker because then it takes it away from the Mandalorian, blah, blah. It's like, no, my friend, you don't understand. The Mandalorian takes place in this universe. Of course, Skywalker is going to be involved somewhere. Will it be focused on him? No, it's not. It's still going to be focused on the Mandalorian and his adventures. But it was like, if anyone was going to get to Grogu and treat and teach him, it was going to be Luke Skywalker.
I feel that.
It was just like, it was just, the answer was there and we wanted to see it. We saw it. Not happy with the CGI, but I'm one of those people that actually like is like, whatever, it's fucking Luke, and I hear him. We're good, It's like a first run is good. Like the second run, you guys better like fix it up.
The guy who played the acting body double for Luke, he actually looked pretty similar to, if you couldn't get Sebastian Stan, that dude, the actor who played him was pretty solid. Where I've been like, okay, I'll take that as Luke.
I thought he was like a little too cute, like a little too Prince Charming-y.
He got a butt chin. You're gonna be adorable off top with that.
That's never not in the cards. I mean, like, no. It was definitely like, because Luke was throughout the whole original trilogy. He's a budding Jedi. Like he's kind of So I think that I totally can understand like the fact that like that's an era that we always just wanted to get like a butcher's look at, and that was what this scene was able to give us. And I thought that insofar as that, it was really fucking cool. I will say, Naz, I definitely I was in camp. I don't want no Palpatines. I don't want no fucking Skywalkers. Damn. I don't want. You know what I'm saying? Like that was where I was, but insofar as if we're doing it, we're doing it. And it was a really cool scene. I mean, like everybody kind of knocked it because I literally had tears welling in my eyes. And then when they cut to like basically the like that super duper close up of Luke, it was kind of it immediately kind of took me out of it, like where I'm just like,
you could see your soul leave its body.
You were like, oh, I was here, and now I remember that I'm watching a TV show.
Just a little bit. And I mean, like, and I'm, and again, it didn't like, it was just for that minute. It was just for that split second, and then I was back into it because like whatever. But like, yeah, it was kind of like, it was just like a little. It was just the motion of it and the mouth and stuff and like that kind of thing. It was
that clip brings back a memory because we were watching that. And the way we watch it is fucking awesome because my fiance and her and her brothers, they have a little projector. So we just watch that like off the wall, like big screen, like full theater freaking experience.
Totally.
And then comes that close up of Luke right there, that exact clip. And my girl's like, is his nose a little bit to the left? And we had to go back and we see it. And like, it looks like it's broken a little bit to the left. And I'm like, yeah, babe, don't ruin this for me, please.
Don't do it. Like that's why I didn't want to like. I mean, like I said a couple things. I was like, wait, hold on. Did you get your nose broken like Harrison Ford? Why do you have Harrison Ford's nose? Because his nose.
He's battle hardened, so his nose got hit.
Yeah, I'm with that. No, I thought it was. Yeah, I mean, like I think
he went in the character creator and he tilted it just to the left.
Like it looked good at one angle, but when it went forward, you notice the nose was
right. And then like no, it's like when it's like in Cyberpunk 20. It's like in Cyberpunk, like he turns to the thing and then his nose just drifts away.
His nose just becomes a dildo.
Spike dildo.
One of the random dildos that are in there for sure. Well,
this was the one glitch in the Star Wars 2077 game.
Yeah.
Spike dildo nose Luke.
I love it. Who else needs to do an MVP?
I only have one.
Okay.
What's up? Really quick, just a visual. This is my favorite scene.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Touching. I just wanted Grogu to touch that face. And
yeah.
I got
Such a good face to touch. I was like, I wanted Grogu.
It was.
Sean, you brought up our old boy Palpatine, longtime viewers of the stream. So we rewatched, like 2 days ago, Attack of the Clones. I gotta say something here. Why the fuck is that movie called Attack of the Clones when the clones don't show up for like 90% of that goddamn movie? But second off, Palpatine, Morgan goes, why is Sean always ragging on him? Like, Palpatine could fuck.
He could.
Like,
he was
Morgan
fine.
Jean, exactly. Like,
in that movie, he's just an old man, but like, he probably has money. He probably like takes you to an island.
He can get it.
So that was Morgan was like, she's like, I don't know.
He probably has sex.
I'd maybe fuck Palpatine.
It's
exact words.
I mean, good
it's
on him.
Palpatine. He has big dick energy like throughout the whole fucking prequel. The man rose to power. Of course, he was gonna have like, and he's a Sith, so it's not like he has a code or anything. He probably had chicks left and right.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I mean,
so there you go. That's just an update for everybody.
Sorry. Not as unfuckable as I originally thought.
Well, I think somebody did the math, and it just like it is like kind of post like I'm a monster mash and I'm here to smash.
No, is it?
Thing. Yeah, it seems like it, but I don't know. I might be wrong. I mean, like again, all that. Like, I mean, if we're getting into the Rise of Skywalker, well, fuck that fucking stupid horseshit. But anyway, yeah, sorry. Shout out to Luminara 843. Will Grogu be aged up for season 3? I'm coining the term jet. Wait, how do we say that?
Hey, you played it real safe with that one. I appreciate that,
Yeah,
son.
fucking hell yeah, I did. Like, it's like we need more jetpacks, and I'm here for Boba the Hutt minus the slave girls, which they were good. I mean, like they freed that Twi'lek gal that was chained up. So I think that it's like, yeah, there was definitely like it's like this is like the Biden the Hutt administration. Like it's not the best, but at least it's an improvement. You know what I mean? At least within that whole thing, you know what I'm saying?
When he throws a party, all the entertainers are paid.
Right.
They have like benefits.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe she meant like Jack Kwon Do. Maybe that's what she was thinking.
I think she meant like
Yeah,
They still got to pay for their Medicare though.
I want to point out when Boba went into that place and we saw fucking Jabba's right hand man now in the seat.
Oh, my boy Bib Fortuna, man. Yeah.
Like what was how much time has passed since Return of the Jedi and that, because he gained a lot of weight, and it's like
his goiter got real big.
Well, so the thing about Twi'leks, it's been about 7-9 years.
I want to say somewhere in the realm of about somewhere between 5.5 to 6 years, because the first. Because the season 1 is 5 years after Return of the Jedi, so it's conceivable. Okay. It's conceivable that maybe like a year or so has gone by.
So the thing about Twi'leks is that they actually like the wealthy, like the wealthy attractive thing to Twi'leks is to be very big and round and rotund. So a successful Twi'lek is going to be a lot bigger than a non-successful Twi'lek, which is why I guess it's how they like justify all of the like sexy Twi'lek dancers being like super skinny and a little bit curvy, because they're like undesirable or poor or whatever, because it's all about resource management and wealth on Ryloth. So yeah, so that's why all the powerful Twi'leks are like huge.
Well, I mean, like you gotta have. I mean, it's just what happens in that. It's just what happens with that shit. That is the thick throne, and whoever's up on there has just got like that's just like what happens when you get to that spot. You know what I mean?
So that means Boba's gonna gain some weight, huh?
Yeah, because like they still have Jabba's like food order like in the their delivery service, so whoever sits there is getting that food order.
There's space caviar.
Yeah, there's space caviar. So.
Right. I love it. It's like you mean a bib for cheeseburgers. Hell yeah. Shout out to Matt Carper. Appreciate that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like I put on 35 years of big tech weight. I put on 35 pounds of big tech weight in 3 years. It's real as fuck. Shout out to Thirst Officer. Thanks so much. I think that that to me, that was a little bit kind of my favorite scene was that was like the most kind of like exciting kind of I think like element that they kind of put forward is just like because what you hope, even though it's Disney and so everything's going to be pretty fucking safe and whatever, but I want like that real scuzzy Star Wars. I want that Star Wars that fucks and it's like blowing rails, like and shit like that. Like I want that weird death stick Star Wars. You know what I mean? And so like I think that
Star Wars to fuck.
No. Hey, you just saw episode 2, man. I'm throwing it out there, but like I want. And that's what I think that show can kind of give us, and that's why I'm super excited for yet another. What are we up to? Are we up to 11 shows now? 11 shows and or movies?
Something like that, yeah.
Something ridiculous like that, which is fucking crazy. But I mean, if you're a fan, I mean, like we're it's a wealth of fucking riches thus far. All right, well, shit, man, moving right along.
Hey, I didn't do my favorite scene.
Oh, did I miss it? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Damn, the disrespect. That's it. Everybody leave. Fuck this show. No, I'm just kidding.
It's okay. I'll get into it. I'll get into it later. But my favorite, because it ties into one of my other choices. But my favorite scene is is everything when Luke shows up before he lowers his hood. I don't care for any of the like Luke CGI soup nonsense, but I love every single moment until he does that.
Oh my god, that crash.
I agree with that 100%. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything when you see the butt chin under the hoodie, I agree.
When you saw the glove, I was like, "Ooh, that's a sexy glove. Ooh, it's Luke Skywalker."
Yeah, for
that
sure.
was really glove, for real.
But anyway, we can go in. I just wanted to, let my voice be heard.
I got you. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to do better.
I'm just giving you shit. It's fine.
Go fuck yourself, Maddie. Like anyway.
What's the dark saber?
Nice. What were you saying though? What were you saying, bud?
Oh, because she made me think about something, and me being a filmmaker, even though I'm not like up there with like Robert Rodriguez and them, but I just thought about it like we're here complaining about the CGI stuff and the deep faking of Mark Hamill, but what if it was done differently, where we see him with the hood over and blah blah, and he shows up, and we already knew from the moment we saw the the black glove and the green lightsaber that it was Luke Skywalker? What if him just showing up in the room, still hooded, but he revealed himself, but we still didn't see it. We just got the over the shoulder thing and heard Mark Hamill. It would have sold it to us still. Like we would still have been like, oh shit, it's Luke Skywalker, even though we didn't see.
I think you could. I think that there was. It was almost like I put this clip up while we were talking about it because the thing is that the only thing that sucks about it is that it's like I don't mean for this to be like a controversial opinion. I really don't. And it's really not that big of a deal. Like the scene happened, and whether or not, and that's, and the show's just going to do what it's going to do. And it's Star Wars. So it didn't matter if it was fucking Darth Binks who fucking showed up. Just like, are you just,
I saw a meme like that and it was hilarious. I was like, that would have been dope.
Right. But like, it's like, so it's like, if they would have done that, and it'd been like coming next December, the Book of Binks or some shit like that, I would have been like, I'll be there. I'll be there with fucking bells on. It's Star Wars. We are like, it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter how shitty or how fucking or how controversial or how whatever the fucking media is. We usually end up keep coming back because the world is a sandbox that we all kind of like to play in, and it kind of is. It's like everybody's kind of got their flavor of Star Wars. I mean, Baskin Robbins has 31 flavors for a fucking reason, and it seems like that's kind of what's happening in Star Wars, at least certainly right now, and certainly with the amount of media that we're going to be kind of getting from these guys. So yeah, I think that's all well said. Again, sorry, Maddie, I did not mean to fucking to bulldoze over your thing, but we are moving to our MVPs of the episode, which I think is always an interesting thing to pop up over there. Episode MVP. This can be an actor. This can be a filmmaker. This can be et cetera, so forth. So let's kick it over to Sam. What were you thinking was your episode MVP for this finale?
Well, I have a feeling some of the others will probably get taken by everyone else. So I've gone with my boy Giancarlo. Sean, I know you're a hater, but
no, not a hater.
I'm a little joking on this episode. I hate him in this. I'm hating on him in this episode too. So if Sean is hating, we hating together, big bro.
I loved him in this episode. I loved him.
But anyway, go ahead.
Every look, every smile, I love him. I thought perfect amount of Giancarlo in every episode. I thought, and this episode especially, gorgeous, amazing acting. Everything from the weird like saber over Grogu. The whole like the fake the sincerity. I believed it. I believed that
Me too.
Moff Gideon was like, you know what? I don't need to have this battle. You take the baby. I've got his blood. See you in a bit. And then I love it.
That was a great scene.
It was good. I mean, like it was. He was kind of having like a mini like Zell from Training Day, where he's clearly like. He means ill towards you, but he's like, no, it's cool, man. Like, I'm a reasonable guy. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's all good. I got this magic sword. I'm gonna try to cut your fucking head off as soon as you fucking.
Everything before he swung the sword at Den, I was like, all right, this is Giancarlo like in his prime. But everything after that, I was like, petty wop.
I was ready for Din to kind of be sort of a fucking gangster in that way, where he just like, okay. Like he was like, I just want the kid. Like I could have conceivably seen Din being like, I got the kid, I'm leaving. I could. I could see there. I think that it's unlikely because he's kind of this whole, especially this season, has been about him kind of, learning to feel things for shit other than just being like a fucking Michigan militia, fucking Star Wars and shit like that, so it was kind of cool to watch that. But yeah, like the Gideon of it all in that fucking fight with the
the fight was incredible.
That's a great shot too.
It was
the ting every time they clashed was just
the sound design of the Darksaber. I think even since like the Clone Wars has always had like a very distinct like sound to that saber, much more distinct than the classic lightsaber thing. So I think that's great, Sam. Let's head on over to Emil. What are you thinking? Who was your episode MVP, bud?
Well, I want to pass it to Maddie because just making sure women have a voice on this platform.
Me and him were thinking the same. It's like, man, let Maddie go first.
Maddie's the host, so it's like
you guys go first. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now that I know I'm being
I would rather interrupt Sean. So
well, now that I know I'm a guest on the platform, all right, for sure. But yeah, I would say no social work, no social justice warrior shit. But like all the women in this episode really like, you know what I'm saying? Did they think dude, like from like I said, the bar scene to like when they got off the ship and were like raiding, like trying to like when the rescue officially began, right. like bro, like. This they dynamic as a whole. Like I did think it was kind of done when like Derek when Cara Dune like my gun isn't working, so I'm just gonna swing it like a bat. It's like mind you, I know stormtroopers will miss their shots, but like you could at least got nicked in the shoulder. You know what I mean? Mind you, she did have a sharpshooter like covering her, so that does kind of hold up. But like yeah, it was like outside of that, I really enjoyed the entire every shot with the women like holding their own. I also think it's pretty funny when it's that scene when Luke is about to outside the door and like the one dude in the room is like, "Open the door, women." when he's telling them to open the door for Luke, it's the only dude that's open the door, woman. like no, he's like, all right, well, I'll do it myself.
No, but I mean, like insofar as like that whole I thought that it was just like the coolest thing about it is like I think that it's you know, because it's not that I think the thing is like when people talk about that scene, it's more just the fact that they are just capable fucking characters.
Yeah,
and that's what and we're just watching them do their thing. That is just what they do. Cara Dune beats fucking ass. Like and the other thing about that whole jamming shit though, when did Star Wars get space bullets? Like when did our guns start jamming? I have literally never seen some shit like this. I mean, like,
well, if you play Battlefront,
true. Yeah.
That's true, but it didn't seem like it was an overheat situation. It seemed like she had like the way it was set up was like causing some type of like actual malfunction inside of it.
You know? So they're called slug throwers in canon. Like real guns do exist, or like projectile firing guns do exist, and they fire slugs, not little ion blasts or plasma blasts or whatever. So she probably had a slug thrower gun, which makes sense because it's huge and like repeating and whatever. So there you go.
There you go. Okay, I mean, like, I guess it's not that I wouldn't.
Wikipedia.
It's called Maddiepedia.
I'm with it, dude. I mean, like, but I remember it was fun because, like, she was kind of like she was banging it down, like with the like Cara Dune needs to go back and get. She needs to get some. She needs to get like some kind of safety classes going because remember she had like the gun and she kind of hitting it like that
right in her fucking face.
Yeah,
I was like, go off.
That'll learn you.
I thought that we were gonna get fucking Pulp Fiction like in Star Wars, where she was gonna blow her fucking head off or something.
I'm not gonna lie. That episode would have been like next level after that.
That would have been
I would have been super lit.
It's like what happened? It's like Cara shot herself in the face. Why the fuck did she do that? Like you have that whole.
She's an anti-masker. Oh no.
She shot herself in the foot. Oh no.
No. But then we can get Mace Windu to come back. We can get Samuel Jackson to come back and do all this Pulp Fiction dialogue, which would be pretty.
That'll happen when they get Tarantino to direct an episode of Mandalorian, which you know is gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It will be only
gonna happen.
And Mace Windu in the Force.
If you don't get Peyton Reed, you might as well get that foot-loving motherfucker to do that.
He's gonna have like alien feet. I don't want that.
That's what I was saying. What race of alien has the most
toes?
Nas,
what are those feet sexy though? You know what I'm saying? Ahsoka toes might be bad as hell, bro. I might suck a Ahsoka toe.
Usually they have less toes. Like usually 5 is the max. However,
they all fit then. They all will fit.
I would be weirdly like I bet he would like really like the Verpine. The Verpine are like an insect race. They have a hive mind. So I think he would be like bug feet.
So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go to a fucking planet of all of these where the alien races, their entire body is a fucking foot, man, and that's what we're gonna do in fucking Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like that's
like the thumbs from Spy Kids.
Right. That's the other thing is that Robert Rodriguez, they're both good buddies. So Robert's like, dude, I'm producing a Boba Fett show. You want in, motherfucker?
Like, that might actually be his like you know what I'm saying?
They co-direct movies together. Like we're gonna get like
that actually might happen.
I mean, dude, there's going to be so much fucking media. It's like it's crazy. So if it was ever in the cards, it is now. That's for damn sure.
That's a great catch, dude. It's a great
Shout
catch.
out to First Officer, my MVP, the first person to write Boba Fett Mando hot romantic fanfic. This is the game.
I'm gonna go look up who did that. Oh, also, what time did I text you guys? I'm so sorry. While we're on the topic of fanfic, what time did I text you guys Monday?
It was
like
horny
on Friday. Yeah, because they hadn't seen it yet, and I had watched it, like at 5 a.m. that morning, and I messaged them at like 9 a.m. or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And I had said, there are already 16 fanfics written about it was Luke Skywalker. It was Luke Skywalker and Din Djarin. And it had been out for like maybe like 5 hours.
Co-parenting.
Yeah.
And then they put little Grogu to bed, and then
My dads.
Because he hit him with that sultry look, just like that. Look at that shit. Like he looks up, he's just like, "How you doing, brother?"
Like you raised a beautiful child, just like your dad.
I'm gonna get the name of whoever wrote the first one.
Right. Who's next up for MVP? We did Nas. What's going on over there with the MVP, man? Who's your MVP for this episode?
Man, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau.
Sure.
Yep.
I'll take that one, my boy.
I don't think. Yeah, I like
the end.
The end, right? You're just like that's it. Like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau.
Dave Filoni is doing the Lord's work, bro. Like it makes no sense, bro. And like even hearing Jon Favreau speak so highly of him is like he's giving him like the blue pill. So like he's seeing reality through like the eyes of Dave Filoni now. You know what I'm saying? Like I 100%. That's a good one too. I agree. I used to always do directors, so I tried to switch it up this episode.
For sure.
But yo, Nas, that's a great one.
I'm with that.
Yeah, I just couldn't think of an MVP because my head was still like Luke, but that's not fair. And everybody else was they were so dope in that episode. Like everybody shined, dude. Everybody shined. So I just gotta give props to the guys who are making it all possible. And
I agree.
And those are the two right there. And Dave Filoni, man, that man in one episode of Gallery, I think it was the first one, that he just broke down the prequels and the importance of it and the importance of the duel of fates and all that stuff. And he blew my mind. It was like, yo, he's right. Like this guy gets it, like this guy gets it. And I trust with him everything. This whole content of fucking Star Wars, everything in his hands.
The reason why we see Ahsoka in live action, why we're gonna see Admiral Thrawn, like all of these are from like Dave Filoni, like taking what George Lucas created and like just putting that bitch on like 1,000. So I 100%.
Wasn't it a thing with Favreau where he was like, cool, I'm gonna come in and do voice this character, but I'm gonna like help create a whole backstory about Mandalore. So it was like Favreau and Filoni basically co-wrote the entire like history of Mandalore just because like they both like nerded out about it. So like for them to be working on a show like this now, it's full circle.
Yeah,
100%. Fucking great.
It's a kind of a magical thing where I'm just like it's just them kind of spitballing like, oh shit, we can do that. And he was doing the voice while Favreau was just busy booting up the fucking MCU, which is like, and now, we're sort of at that same moment. We basically with that announcement and like that cut and that end scene with Boba Fett, it was that was the Nick Fury kind of it all. I mean, like this whole season has kind of been that way, where it's just like Oprah Winfrey rolls up and she's like, "You get a show," and you get a show, and you know what I mean? Like it's kind of
just Dave Filoni being Oprah in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like Filoni Winfrey, but like it definitely like worked, but like in a way that I still felt like kept it on the rails for the most part and was cohesive as a story. Maddie, episode MVP. What do you got over there, dear?
Ludwig, my boy Ludwig.
Oh, the score. Hell yeah. The composer, 100%.
The techno Luke theme. See, this is why I was like, Emil, what are you saying?
I said, I prefaced it by being like, yo, no disrespect to the guy, Ludwig. I listen to a lot of Ludwig outside of Star Wars.
Right.
No. Hey, look. Hey, no text. You know what I'm saying? We all good. no titty attack. We good.
Like, so that techno Luke theme just like took me out. I was like, not ready for it in any conceivable manner or direction, and it kind of just blew my face off, which is another reason it contributed to my favorite scene, because I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
I do truly enjoy the part my roommate brought up where like they mix like Mando's theme with like the Dark Troopers theme during their fight. I thought that was super tight. You know what I mean? Like little moments like that. I definitely There's
He's on
definitely
another level.
yo 100. Like if you hear anything about Childish Gambino, that's proof in itself. But like, yeah, I 100% agree. I just like I felt like the last only shit I gave him was for the last specific scene. Just when they're like when
fair.
it's like it
You're right.
felt like a Disney Star Wars episode that wasn't like Life Day. You know what I'm saying?
I'm stumping for my boy Ludwig.
Hey, as you should. I love his pants.
I think that right, and like I didn't really do my favorite scene, but like I'll just like kind of jump in real quick before we kick it over to the Draces. But like insofar as like, MVP insofar and it was my favorite. I mean, like, and Morgan took it, but like that it was cool that scene. I guess also just because I'm a schmaltzy bastard. Like you get older, you start getting in your feelings a lot easier. At least it seems like I do. I don't know if that's true for everybody, but like that the scene where the goodbye, it was there. Like over the weekend, there's a generation of kids that had like their ET goodbye moment. You know what I mean? Like the scene where he's just like, I have to go home now. You know, and like the music's kind of going, and you know that there were like a bunch of like soiled blankies across America, like including this fucking bitch right here. You know what I mean? Like it, like this
sexy bitch.
Oh, dude, 100%. I gotta keep it 100. But like no, but insofar as like that, it was. I just loved that even without like like even amidst the Luke Skywalker of it all, which was monumental. Obviously, I mean, like he's coming back within that era and shit. It's really really awesome. But like. Insofar as that, the fact that they could still toe that line and make that scene as emotionally affecting as it was for me, I thought was really impressive. So like, it's like Pedro Pascal and everything, just like and just like being able to, Peyton Reed just being able to kind of craft that moment, I thought was really interesting. Draces, episode MVPs, you guys got one?
I'm gonna agree with Sam and give it to Moff because I like pranks. And that was the greatest prank of all time. When he's like, "Oh, you win. Here's the dark saber." Funny story about the dark saber, and then right. Giddily explaining the rules. So it's like I love information. So he was giving us information and also being hilarious about it. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
No. Also, his whole thing where he was just like being smug as fuck. He was Gus Fringing the shit out of that moment when he's like, she can't take it. She can't take it, you freaking fucker. She's like, she's not going to take it. She has to beat you in battle. And he was so smug.
I was literally waiting for him to just do like a thing where they just cut over to him and he's just sitting there and he just goes. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, yeah, well, but like Moff Gideon is the complete opposite of Gus Fring, though. Let's not don't even bring up that character's name in reference to like him. And that is like because like Gus is way more composed. He wouldn't have did that kitty ass. No, I will die on that hill that he is the complete opposite of Gus Fring, bro.
I feel like Gus is a little bit more. He would keep it more internal. He'd be doing that inside.
Exactly. He would have did it, and then like they would have did the exposition dump, not him. That's why.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think that he was insofar as like I think what Dustin's point is that it's like he had considered all of the angles and he knew how it was going to play out. I just think that he was. Probably like
keep it on Bo-Katan.
He was so excited. He looked like he was about. He looked like he like his face had lit up like he was like taking a piss like a shit and popping a zit like all at the same time. He was like,
and I've never seen Gus Fring make that emotion one time.
But insofar as how he had like crafted the scene around and how he was like in control, even though he was the one in cuffs. Was very Gus Fring, I would say.
And like I know we're finna go to Sam next, so we can because I'm super down to hear yours. But like, would we in reference to him being like, "Yo, I know everything," but then like you're attacking Beskar with the saber. Wouldn't you know Beskar is strong enough to like? So is that him? Like, do you think that he's doing all that with the intent of Mando taking the like saber so that they can have like? All right, I'm open to that.
Well, either he's like, okay, I can either kill this dude and get away, or if he's going to beat me, there's a possibility that he kills me, which like whatever, or he spares my life. And then I can, because he even kind of said, he goes like, you're sparing my life.
Right. That'd be interesting. Right.
Like, yeah. So, because Mando isn't completely covered. I mean, he was probably trying to get a little, like the little gap in the arm.
Right.
Maybe. So I don't know. maybe illustrated that a little bit better, but insofar as like it's still like there's enough wiggle room, I think that could still work, you know. And I hope that we see him again. I'm not done with him. I want to see more of this guy. I think that he's probably gonna show up in probably New Rangers, probably, right? You think so?
I hope
Maybe
he's back in Mando.
Maybe.
I feel like he hasn't really, other than this last episode, I feel like he hasn't done enough.
Oh, he hasn't done shit.
I agree.
So I want him season 3.
For sure.
I would hope another show fleshes him out more, but fuck all that. Sam, to you, my boy.
He originally chose Gus. It was so long ago.
Oh,
though.
yeah. No,
oh, okay. Wait, I have to make sure we
I called him Gus.
We're making sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a white cis male. I'll talk for England if you want me to.
Do your thing, bro. Hold that door. Hold that conversation.
I love it. Oh my god. Okay, so here's gonna be the interesting one. Here's the next one coming up. Our McClunky moment of the week, a moment in which you would have changed or you wanted done differently or what have you. Let's go, Maddie. Maddie, what was your McClunky moment of the week? Kick it off over there.
I know everybody's gonna say Luke. No, whatever. We can talk about the Luke of it all later. But and Sean, we'll talk about the Luke of it all later. But I think I'm gonna say probably like the weird way that they kind of shoehorned Bo-Katan in this episode, because I understand like how they were trying to set her up as like, oh no, like she's probably not looking out for Din Djarin's interests, etc.
Sure.
But it kind of felt more like shoehorned in this episode than in any of the other episodes, because like, yeah, she is not like a nice person, like we've known that, but like the way it kind of like I don't know, the characterization felt really weird and like it threw me off, especially because like the McClunky moment for me was that when they were like, the Darksaber can only be one, record scratch, rewind to Sabine literally handing
exactly. That's like, why he said again though. So I figured maybe that was like I thought when he said again, that was something being like, all right, it was already, she already lost and it was given to her.
Also, like, why didn't they arm wrestle for it?
Hey, but also like Moff Gideon isn't dead and he's still in the ownership of it was like handed over. So I agree with what you're saying.
He could have just been like, they were like, oh no, I don't want to fight you. But I was like, just fucking arm wrestle each other. It counts. It literally, by Mandalorian code, it counts.
That's
so, like,
what I was saying.
Anyway.
I mean, like, you got Sasha Banks in there. She does wrestling. You could be like, okay, you got to teach me how to take a dive real quick. You teach me how to do that thing. You do like a little fucking fake suplex on me or some shit like that, and then we'll be like, oh, beat him. Like we're all good. You know what I'm saying? Like there could have been a little something. Yeah, I mean, like, or again, like because we've had Bill Burr in this show now, and he's going like, yeah, where he's basically having like a Steve Buscemi from Reservoir Dogs, when we're like, tip these guys over here, but don't tip these guys over here. It's bullshit. You know what I mean? Where it's like essentially like you guys were saying to Din before, where you're just like, just take your helmet off, bro. It's fine. We're chill. It's all good. Like, you know, it's all good. I know you have your Rumspringa, do a couple of crazy shit, like whatever you want, you know, like, and insofar as like them, but now we got to follow the fucking letter to the law and weird shit where it could be like, yo, there's like only 4 people on this bridge. Let's just fucking all say that she fucking beat Moff Gideon and let's cut this bitch's head off right now. Like, let's just do it.
Apply, bro. The flag got to apply, man. It is what it is.
That's true.
I understand, you know, nobody can really lie about it, but like there are so many just like fucking knock him out. Just like Din, just be like, throw away the saber and just be like, take off the helmet and be like, let's go. Just bop him on the head. It's good to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't have to kill him. You don't have to
kill him. Oh my god, I yield. It's like when you like play fight with like a little like your cousins or some shit like that. You know what I mean? You're like, oh my god, you got me. Oh, you know, like, or whatever it is, you know. Shout out to Patrick. It is ironic Bo called Din the Watch Zealot since she came off more fanatical than him. Din removed his helmet for Grogu. She won't bend on the Darksaber. I think that's a fair point, but I understand, like, I guess like Sasha Banks like would tell everybody like, no man, she took like the coward's way out.
I feel like she would have been like, you know what I'm saying, loyal to her enough to like understand what it represented.
She knows that she's a fucking hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Sasha Banks. is the boss. She sure enough would have like betrayed her and got the dark saber for herself and went into WrestleMania against fucking like Charlotte Flair or something.
She's taking over Bo-Katan. He's telling him up to the floor.
Hey, look, hey, Nas, I was about to say, bro, like he can't ask her to show him how to take a dive. It's breaking kayfabe. You don't break kayfabe. My boy, I fuck with you, Nas. Heavy, dude.
Hell yeah, man. McClunky moment of the week, Nas. What do you got over there, boss?
Man, I have no idea, really. I didn't even think about anything that was McClunky other than the CGI on Luke's face a little bit. But I got through that because the kid in me was all like happy to see my boy there. But after discussing earlier when I said like, oh, maybe I would have done it this way, of how presenting Luke without like showing Luke or whatever, just leaving it to the imagination. Maybe I would have maybe that would have been cool. And then later you would have saw like actually someone playing him, like, I don't know, Sebastian Stan. Yeah. But, other than that, I really didn't think about anything that I would have changed. It was pretty good to me. At one point though, I was thinking like, wait, like Luke came out of nowhere to me. Like, well, how did that happen? After I got all excited, it was like Luke came out of nowhere. How did that happen? But I don't know if I saw it in the chat or if we talked about it, but I think it was in the chat where Grogu in the past episode, the one directed by my boy Robert Rodriguez, where Boba came back. Grogu was in that little thing and he like used all the force or whatever, and I'm sure that like went off and got Luke's attention,
He did like, I think he did a reply all. He did like he did like a galaxy, he did like a galaxy wide like you up,
Yeah, right. What's up, big head?
Right.
I think that was the purpose of that too, right? That's why Ahsoka said like you got to go over here, and then they'll find the true Jedi for him or whatever.
And Grogu was probably like a little shit talker too. Like that's probably how he got Luke to come over so fast. Where he goes like, "I heard you got a weird fucking fucked up face these days, Luke. Why don't you come over and say something about it?" And that's like now he rolled over and shit. He's like, "Come back over, motherfucker! Like pull up." Maybe that was what was going on. Sam, McClunky moment of the week, my dude. What do you got over there? Was there anything you would change?
Yeah, it's got to be the Snapchat filter, Luke, for me. I love my favorite thing about your guys' reaction to video to this was from Sean's face, where you were literally in tears, and then you went, and then back to tears, and that was kind of my reaction as well. It just brought me out of it. I love that face. It's a gorgeous face. Young Mark Hamill, he could get it anytime, but It was,
that's hilarious.
It was like when I can do that on Instagram, and it's not that much worse. Like you could have at least made the mouth move properly, or kept the hood up so we only saw some of the face.
The nose, apparently,
or like animated the whole body. I don't know. But.
No, the thing is that it
still
like
cool,
what you see on that video though is just. Is in real time what's happening, where I go, oh, and then I'm back into it. You know what I mean? It's just like a little thing. And again, it's just an aesthetic preference. I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah. I mean, like that shit, even though I kept calling Luke Jib Jab Luke. Because you guys remember those things, Jib Jab?
Yeah.
Or whatever. It is Christmas time.
Joanna Robinson made the same joke on Still Watching. Yeah, it was so good.
I decided, like, I paid $2.99 for this, so I'm going to show it to everybody. Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Hey, there's something wrong with you, man.
He looks so tired. Like he's been rehearsing that for hours, and it was like, all right, go. And he's like,
totally. I mean, like it was
something wrong with you, Sean. It is like I'm convinced.
If there's something wrong with him, then I don't want to be right.
You know what I mean, dude? That is stone cold facts for sure.
Oh my god.
McClunky. Who else needs a McClunky moment?
I have something. So there was like this 4-minute segment where they were just throwing out catchphrases like nonsense. It was like they were just dropping like the dank ferric, and this looks like they were scruffy nerf herdering it.
A skank in the scud pie is a big
skank
one.
in the scud pie was the big
Yeah,
it was just like, get it, like chill the fuck out.
Right, like it, like in fucking in Empire, like they say, like Luke, like Han, right before he's about to go out and search for Luke after he got hit with the Wampa or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, your tauntaun will freeze before you hit the first marker," and he's like, "I'll see you in hell," which is a very real world thing.
Right,
And
insult
like,
for that.
is there a hell in Star Wars? Is there?
Gotta be.
There, I mean, there's a Jesus in Star Wars, and that shit's fucking. It's either is it Anakin or is it Luke?
I wonder if it's definitely Anakin.
Okay,
But
okay.
I wonder if hell is like the seediest bar on Nar Shaddaa. Like you walk in and get an STD. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
AKA the bar that I would drink at.
Like, I call that a Friday night.
son of a bitch. Absolutely.
That's
of a
why
bitch,
we're
I'm-
not worried about what's in
Right.
the vaccine.
You son of a bitch, I'm
And he
in.
was like, so he was like, "See you in hell," and he was like, "Bet."
That's what they're saying, and they're like people in Star Wars are making the canteen, like they show like a picture of Mos Eisley's canteen. And it's like, if you drank in this bar, then you don't have to worry about the vaccine, right?
Did we get Herman's super chat?
Did we get what? No,
Herman's
My man Hernan, man, we gotta make sure we can show him some love.
Let me see.
Hernan, I'll make sure I'm saying it right.
Okay, my bad.
Where do we go?
Thank you, Hernan.
Oh my God, Hernan! Hold on a second. Let's pop this up real quick. 1 second. Thanks a lot for catching that, y'all. I'm doing like a couple of things.
Nah, I got you, bro.
How dare you not give me your full attention?
You guys are my Fenix out there, keeping the fucking eyes up over there. Hernan Lago says, "Are we going to see a war between Boba and the Hutt family?" So it's like, yeah. So maybe there's like some Hutt cousins or some shit like that are out there.
Hire me.
Yes, we know canonically there are a bunch of Hutt cousins, number one. And number two, someone made another chat. I don't know who it was. Made a comment. Someone was like, is the Book of Boba a hit list? And I said, absolutely it is.
That sounds amazing. That sounds
I
amazing.
have a question. Is Stinky still alive?
I hope so. I really hope so.
Are we just gonna
Wait, are
get
you
an
talking
adult
What if Stinky is the big bad in the Book of Boba?
That would be amazing.
Stinky for anybody. That's the grandpa. That's the grandpa Baca.
Nope.
From the holidays.
No.
No.
It's
No.
Baby Yoda, but Baby Jabba.
It's Baby Jabba
It's
from
Baby
Clone Wars.
Jabba. The little blood boy.
100%. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Hey, yo, he
You're
was a
thinking
good-
of Itchy.
I can't believe Sean tried to Clone Wars explain you, Morgan and Dustin. Can you believe
I've
that?
actually seen that, believe it or not.
Well, we
Like,
looked it up.
no, I've seen that episode.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
but you looked it up for me. You're like, this is Stinky, and I'm like,
That baby was adorable though. I'm gonna give it to him. It was adorable as fuck.
Right. No, I was just being an idiot and trying to clarify for anybody in the chat that maybe
Sorry.
didn't know, that hadn't seen the holiday special, but it's all good. I'm like,
That's my man's tank top. Let him breathe. He make
it's
mistakes.
all good. It's all good. What happened to Moff Gideon's female officer? She's been on screen, and then when the shit goes down on the bridge, she's mysteriously disappeared. That's true, and I like and that actor I like a lot. And like you kind of can't really tell, but like I went and followed them on Instagram. Fucking jacked, like unfucking believable. And like I was waiting for. Again, we're getting into the wrestling of it all and shit like that. We're just like, oh my God, it looks like Moff Gideon's second in command is coming, or some shit like that. I was waiting for some shit because she's
Wrestling-
so shredded up, you know.
Wrestling is life. Just face it, man.
Just face it. It's
Just
all
fucking
there.
face it.
So Luke is definitely going to train Grogu in the swamp, right?
oh my God.
I don't think that we're going to see them almost at all in this show.
But like, and like hypothetically
In my heart,
speaking,
he
do you
will.
think that
In my heart,
do
he
you
will.
think that's a location where it'd be? You know,
We're also thinking of find frog eggs.
Oh, that's true. That's probably Well, no,
and my boy got a taste for some frog eggs.
that's
The
true.
whole planet is frog eggs.
I mean, that was something that people were saying after episode 2, after like all that shit, because you were talking like how like when they go back to Dagobah, like how it's going to be like this flourishing. There's going to be so much more life forms on Dagobah because fucking Yoda was like the apex predator, just fucking killing and eating everything. You know what I mean? Like, so that's That's a possibility for sure. I just need to highlight the goodness that Broke Boy Gamer brings to the table. We love to see it, and we do. Thank you so much, Emily Walsh. We appreciate that. Give him a follow. Go on over to his Facebook, to his YouTube page.
All right.
Instagram.
Yeah, he's not
But
35
try to
years
find
old.
his
He's-
Facebook
yeah.
page. Just
That's
try
what-
to find his Facebook page.
I have one, but that's my girlfriend.
Right.
Thank you, baby. I love you.
Oh man! All right, McClunky moment of the week. Who else has got one? Who haven't we got to?
Sam, you already went.
I think everybody already went.
My only, I did mine, but I want to make sure because I tend to like talk more than I should, so I want to make sure everybody else got theirs in. Say the best for last. Some might say, I don't know, but like, but nah. So my McClunky moment is every fucking single thing that Moff Gideon did this episode. That's right.
Really?
That's right. I'm knocking on your door and bringing it to your doorstep. Delivery. That's right, big bro. Nah, look, I got.
Sam's left the chat.
Hey, hold the door, big bro. I'm trying to get in the house. Hold the door. You hold the door in front of me. That's crazy.
Well done, Sam. That was brilliant.
He closed the door in front of me. What? Oh man, we would be ashamed, G. But like, yo, so no. But look, all right. So all jokes aside, though, everything post the moment where like, because I was definitely like immersed when he was like, "You can have a baby, G. I just want the blood. Peace out." And then he like the lightsaber lights up and he swings it. I'm like, first of all, you start the sentence off by being like the whole scene by being like, just think whatever you think, I already know. Okay, for sure, I'm with that. But then you swing on a nigga wearing Beskar, like you finna get through some Beskar. And then after that, you fighting against a Beskar spear and thinking that's gonna do something. It's pure Beskar, G. And then after that, he was like, guess what else though? Like he found. You would have sworn to God he found a piece of candy in his pocket. Because he was like, yo, you gonna have to fight her later on. Guess what? I'm like, gee, that's your whole scene? Just being petty?
Prank.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like that nigga would never get a date to prom, homecoming, because he played too much.
He's an Imperial officer. That's all he's
Nah, but look, before that though, we people first. You know what I'm saying? He got that occupation later on. Like, he played too much. He played too much.
I don't know. I think Gideon is a nerd. Like that. His problem is
a dweeb, bro. Not even a nerd. He's a dweeb.
Right.
I think that's actually I think a dweeb is actually right on the money. He's like, just assume that I know everything. Actually, what happens with Bo-Katan when she can't get the dark saber from you? Yeah, he was totally.
He didn't get no buns on that side of the parsec.
Sounds like a bunch of our fucking comments fucking heating on me for not liking Luke's stupid fucking face. Anyway, let's keep it going. First officer over there. Anyone else agree that the Boba Fett series was going to be a redemption story?
Yes.
/ hit list, the Jean Valjean of Star Wars.
No,
Wikipedia already exposed that, big bro.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I think that they sort of.
You can be out, Sam.
Yes. Look at him. Sam is killing us right now with this shit. I love it. It's only just assume that I know everything.
Just assume that I will hold the door.
Right. There we go. I like that oh my god, that's amazing. No, but I think that insofar as Boba Fett of it all, they already sort of started to do that where they brought him into kind of a anti-hero territory a little bit more rather than full-on villain. I mean, wouldn't you guys say that was the case? Like, he's like, no, we're going to help you get your kid back because of whatever. He's not just a guy with a gun standing in the background getting fucking punked. He's way more badass, and he's got a little bit more of a moral code, I think, this time.
I'm just a guy with a gun standing in front of another guy.
Bye.
Oh my
Sam,
god!
I love you so much. You're the best.
Right? You took the words out of my mouth, Maddie. Sam, I fucking love you, dude. You're amazing.
It's okay.
Absolute pleasure.
Emil and I are sharing the brain cell right now. We'll give it back later.
Hell yeah. Mandy Lupin, $10 say, I still don't understand how Mando could be so connected to this culture that he was so reluctant to move his helmet, but he needs an Imperial officer to school him. He needs to school on the dark.
So my take on this. Okay, number one, you're correct. Number two, the Darksaber specifically is incredibly tied to Death Watch. Because Pre Vizsla, or is it Pre Vizsla? No, it's Tar Vizsla, who was the first wielder of the Darksaber. And the Vizslas kind of run Death Watch shit. That's why we got Pre Vizsla in Clone Wars. That's why we got Pax Vizsla as the heavy in the Conclave that Mando was in. Right. Yeah. So I will excuse it by saying that
you mean Fab Vizsla?
Paz Vizsla. Paz
Paz
Vizsla.
Vizsla, right?
Put some respect on his name. Paz Vizsla. Yeah.
Put a little bit more respect on his name, big bro.
Yeah.
That's actually what I was doing. I know who he is.
I had to jump on the bandwagon. Sorry, I'm like,
all
sorry.
all Vizslas are Jean. Just like all brands are brand, all Vizslas are Jean. So the thing about it is that, you know, we have to remember that he went through like a whole ass genocide, and his culture was like split and like curtailed, and like he was hidden. So like by nature, the very nature of taking the Beskar and taking the planet is taking the culture. So you can understand how maybe the Darksaber, especially if it had already been lost for many years, would not have necessarily made it. But that being said, you know, Mando was alive and a Mandalorian when it happened. So
I know about that Darksaber.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand why he wouldn't, but I do agree with Mandy a lot.
For sure.
So wait, okay, here's a question about what Mando should and shouldn't know. Wouldn't somebody in that room know about Luke Skywalker? Like he's like the Kanye West of like the Star Wars universe. Like everybody fucking knows who he is.
I saw a video that actually kind of explained that Moff Gideon did know it was Luke Skywalker. He knew who Luke Skywalker was, especially since he was part of the Empire. Of course, he knew everything about whatever the Empire was dealing with and their libraries. So they said that if you watch it again, you see that he knows what's going on. He's like, oh shit.
His face is already like worried before.
Yeah, he's worried and shit. He's like, oh fuck, and then he's trying to take out whoever he could take out before he gets taken out. And that's why he even tried to take himself out, because he's like, this is the Jedi. This is the one who came and took out Vader and the Emperor. He doesn't know the real story, but that's the story that's being spread through the galaxy. Yeah. That Luke Skywalker defeated Darth Vader and the Emperor solely by himself, and destroy the Empire and stuff like that. And this is why they're all remnants and trying to create the First Order, which is what I hope this is. What is all leading to?
They keep dropping order like every
exactly right. Yeah. Order, wink, 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 wink.
Yeah, so, I think that's well said. Naz. I mean, they definitely because that is very true. Because like for all anybody else knows, Luke Skywalker walked in with two of the fucking like most scariest motherfuckers on the planet. He walked in with like into like the Trump White House and walked out, and fucking Nancy Pelosi was president. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it was just like that's what everybody fucking like thinks happened and shit like that. So it was it was definitely wild for sure. Let's see, who else do we got over there? I think
I want to say real quick, Pablo Hidalgo, Story Group member, great guy. He talked recently on his Twitter about how Star Wars works best when people don't know that they're in Star Wars. And so I think that for the most part, it's okay to not know who Luke Skywalker is, because I think, for me personally, if someone in that seat had went, "Oh my God, it's Luke Skywalker," it would have been right out.
Right.
So there's definitely an extra scene when the DVD comes out, which is when Luke walks past like a cantina, and inside there's two stormtroopers having their lunch. And one of them turns around and he's like, "Dude, was that Luke Skywalker?" Oh my god! There's definitely that scene.
I absolutely want that. Yes.
I know that we're kind of, I know that things are kind of weird right now between us.
right.
But I got this
autograph.
I got this helmet. It's the only thing that I got right now. You want to sign it? You know what I mean? Like,
I really thought that he was trying to kill himself because, like, in the earlier scene when they first showed like Bo-Katan and them, like the like Moff Gideon tells them, just kill yourself because it serves the Empire better. So I thought that like he more so was trying to off himself because he didn't want to be a war prisoner and like potentially like reveal any information that would like leave the Republic or like the New Order in like the First Order in like some type of like disarray. When he put the gun to his face, I thought he more so was doing that so he wouldn't like be like.
So I understand that, but also he's a head of an intelligence agency, so I bet he has a shit ton of anti-torture training. So I don't think anybody in that room could have broken him. To be
I feel you, and that's possible. Yeah. That's possible. Mm-hmm. I'm just going off of first thought. Obviously, after being in the Matapedia and like even now it's like dropping gems. I'm just like my whole perspective on the shit has like grown like widely, but like Yeah, just first viewing off of fucking like off a nice little blunt. I was definitely like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Luke is to the Imperials as Vader is to the Rebels, and that goes into insofar as that scene. I mean, it basically was. How much, like. I guess it wouldn't look that much different. Both like two really great Force users, like just fucking shit up, just going full ham. But the Luke hallway thing was very reminiscent of Rogue One. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just Rogue One, Luke Skywalker.
Right. Right. That's a great comparison, dude. Well, like it felt like that thing.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
100%. Like Freddie Prinze Jr. said.
We're going into. It's like so. Let's get into like it's like poetry. It rhymes. Easter eggs. For this episode, Maddie, that whole sequence was your thing because Rogue One. Yes. Is that your favorite Star Wars?
It's neck and neck with The Last Jedi. Yes, I do love The Last Jedi. Yes, I do think Luke is a badass in the end of The Last Jedi. We don't have to get into it, but but I just want to say that like I love any parallel between Anakin as Vader and Luke, especially because in Return of the Jedi they connect so hard, and I just like I don't know, it makes me so happy when I am reminded that Vader was a Skywalker first. In any sort of manner. And like Father, like Son, I believe, is the name of one of the tracks or whatever. But like it is definitely like a moment, like almost a shot for shot remake of that Rogue One scene, which I do think you really do need with Return of the Jedi, especially because like it contrasted so lovely with like the way he like barely said words and held himself very still. Like he did, because he did the same thing in Jabba's palace at the beginning of Return of the Jedi, because he was like, I leveled up and I no longer need to be a flashy bitch, except for he was like still a little flashy bitch.
Of course.
So I loved having both the shit that they couldn't do in the 80s with the Rogue One shit, and also the I am still and content in my power shit that they couldn't do. Which I like, bridging those was just beautiful to me.
Well, he's very and he's kind of because at that point he's in the throes of kind of rebuilding a Jedi Academy and retraining Jedi, and so he's probably going like, I'm a lot more calm, I'm a lot more stoic, because Jedis kind of have to be like a little more kind of emotionally insulated and shit like that. And so I think that definitely tracks like insofar as. Draces, did you guys have any McClunkies before we get going? Or no, we already did those, didn't we? Oh my god,
we're past that.
Sean, are you okay?
It's been a long fucking day.
I blame the tank top.
It was a tank top, and just like having to like just be inside of a U.S. post office. Like,
that didn't do it, big bro. That's like a DMV for mail.
For longer than a half an hour was pretty wild. I felt like it was like the scene where all the ice spiders were all around, or at least it was that. It's like, get the fuck away from me, you fucking diseased wretch, or whatever it was. Or at least that's what you kind of think when you're.
Spiders the size of hounds.
I know, right? A little ice spider the size of hounds. Sam, what was your favorite callback? Your favorite Easter egg moment for this one?
I got two kind of bits, and they're kind of quite surface level Easter eggs this time. The first one I think is the Luke tease, like the bits where it's like, first of all we see the X-wing and a certain percentage of fans will be like, oh, Luke rides right. Luke. And then next we see the hand, I think, is the next thing we see.
Right.
A certain number of fans will be like, oh, that's Luke's hand. But the lightsaber's still in black and white at that point because we're only watching it on CCTV. And then we see the green saber, and there's another group of fans that are like, oh, that's Luke's saber. And then finally, the hood, the final
glove.
like.
No, we saw the glove, and then we saw.
Right. Oh yeah, the glove, and then the hood happens, and it's like, oh my god, it's Luke. So I love that. And then the other bit, I want to pitch you guys my alternative for that whole scene.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine the X-wing comes, we see the elevator lights, and just before the door opens, we hear on the intercom, beep 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 beep, and then the doors open, and it's just the most metal. R2D2 comes in, kills all the dark troopers.
Yeah.
Does he have the jetpack legs?
Yeah. And
yes.
Yes. Forget Luke. R2D2 comes and saves the day. He's my.
Yo, that would have been fucking awesome. I'm more prone for that. I wish that was what we got.
Well, that would have been like a nice little callback to episode 3 where he's like
exactly.
Okay. Can I up the ante on it real quick?
Go for it.
Instead of R2D2, Who is the only droid more deadly than R2-D2? Doors open. Boom. Chopper from Rebels. Flies in. Knives flying. Blaster bolts going. Just a murder fucking machine. Kills everyone. And then rolls out with Grogu.
Oh, 3PO would be legend.
Oh,
sorry, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind.
He would just right. With like buzzsaw like hands and shit. Like
he would just you give him like Ash from Evil Dead, but it's oh my god. Yeah, right. Totally. That would be fucking hilarious. Shout out to April B. 4 out of 5 doctors recommend Rogue One over everything. So you got a Rogue One. You got a Rogue One stand in the chat.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you got a Rogue One stand in the stream, my dude.
Absolutely. Who else is going on? Not like Xavier. You got it's a like poetry rhymes Easter egg.
I mean, the only one that stands out to me is when Luke is destroying those Terminators in the hallway, which is just parallel to Vader in Rogue One, which is
100%, dude. 100%. Dude, that's a great
Star Wars scene of all time is right there, and
father like son.
Yeah, it was real beautiful and poetic, and the fact that he's here with Grogu and is kind of parallel to Yoda training him, kind of same thing. It's I mean, there was a lot of poetic things right there, especially when Din takes off the helmet to finally show his face to Grogu, and he never let anybody touch his face, and here he has Grogu finally be that one person to touch his face.
Do it, Morgan.
Right. It's really good, but the top tier right there, and it's definitely that it's just how
100.
Hey, it's Luke, and here's his Rogue One moment, like come in and just destroy everybody and go full God mode.
100%, man. That's a great one.
Hell yeah, right on. Draces, what you got over there? You guys got some Easter eggs over there, or not so much? What do you guys got?
No, I mean I think you guys covered a lot of like the callbacks for Rogue One were really cool. I like that the fandom has really embraced Rogue One as a really amazing way to bridge the different movies and kind of fix the fandom, if you will.
Right.
I also want to say real quick, that reminds me of someone brought up. I was listening to Joanna and Anthony Bresnikan talk about the finale on Still Watching. Great episode. But they were talking about how for when Din was getting his head beaten almost, they were like scared that they were. I mean, it's Beskar, it's not going to break, but they were scared. They were like, what if the egg motif comes back and his head just cracked like That's so dark, but so funny.
I said in the last episode that, somebody's head might pop off, so we came pretty close to it, what I'm saying?
You called it. Cheers.
Yeah, it wasn't tough.
I thought he broke his arm in that fight. Like when he grabbed the arm, I was like, oh my god, then how could he pick up Grogu?
No, he didn't break his arm. I mean, like, but insofar as like, well, what I was thinking was, I'm just like, this is like getting into like 10 fucking car crashes, like inside of like 30 seconds. Like it was just like, it was so intense. And I mean, and he just looked as beautiful as ever as soon as he took that fucking helmet off at the end of it.
Right, exactly. And that was from like my like very passing like Easter egg. It was reminiscent of, like Darth Vader asking Luke to like take his mask off for the final time so he can like see him with his own eyes. And I feel like that reminiscent was just like, especially with Luke being in the room too, like that combination of those two things, chef's kiss. But
I didn't see that. But shout out to you, boy. You just fucking made me notice something. Well, all right, man.
Hey, I do what I can when I can. Oh man, that means a lot for you, Zay.
Hell yeah. Not Loud Parrot. MVP was Peyton Reed. Everyone blamed him for the Spider episode script issues, and they were all set to dismiss the finale simply for his involvement. And
I actually didn't know who directed the episode until I saw it directed by a screen. So I actually had a bet about this. Like I had a Google form where everybody was like, type in who you think is going to direct the finale of Mando because it hadn't been released yet, and so we can like finalize who was right and who was wrong. And I don't think Peyton Reed was even on the list, so we were all wrong.
I don't think he's on his own list of people who are going to direct the finale episode. So, like, I think that's a safe bet.
Insofar as like people that you would have suspected them to hand off those keys.
I would have thought Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, if not like Taika Waititi coming back just so they add some more sauce to it. But like, I definitely thought they would have took it home.
It's like we discussed earlier, where there's so many ties, and you see the ties of all these directors and filmmakers and creators. Like, you know, I was having the discussion with my friend on our podcast last night. Shout out to Machine Room Podcast. If you
there you go. Hey, check it out.
And we were talking, like, she discussed, Jon Favreau has a movie called Chef, and then he did a series of like Chef, where he was cooking with
on Netflix,
other creators. And you see one where it's like him and Dave Filoni with Robert Rodriguez at the Skywalker Ranch, and you just see this connection. You know, like,
that is crazy.
Okay, this is when they started, like, you know, cooking it up. And then, you know, Sean, you mentioned earlier, like, hey, you know, this guy's producing the Boba show. Of course, he's gonna tie into Quentin somehow and stuff like that. You see this?
How many fucking feet are on those fucking aliens?
Like that's what he's gonna say. Like,
and then Tony Tarantino was like, I gave him the script for Star Wars.
Yeah. So I mean, you see this connection all there. So the possibilities are endless. And then, what Peyton Reed did Ant-Man, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he did both of them. He did both. Yeah.
And that's in the MCU. And who's involved with the MCU? Jon Favreau and
Kevin Feige, Star Wars stuff.
The possibility, like, who's gonna show up is gonna be like almost to the point where it's like, you know, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but it's gonna be like 6 degrees of Jon Favreau. It's just gonna be everybody.
For sure. We're gonna get like a Robert Downey Jr. episode soon. You know,
I'm expecting it. I'm expecting.
He could have easily been. He could have been the Timothy Elephant character. Like that could have been like back and forth.
Oh my god, I love that man so much to death. So that first episode was like the shit to me. I was like,
so good. I love that episode. It's like,
so what we do here is we do over here. I'm Robert Downey Jr. You know, like we got ourselves first officer. Not a true Easter egg, but it was wonderful to see the Viper wield the staff again. Yeah, and this time he wasn't playing. Yeah, no, like we got like one of our first like neck cracks in Star Wars. Remember when he was really, like he really went like and got him. And again, like I made the same joke on the fucking video, but I still thought it was good. Where he just like, where it's like you kidnapped him, you handcuffed him, you jail him, say his name. Baby Yoda or whatever the fuck it is. It's like, right, of course. But like
her infant daughter. Right.
Exactly. So I thought that was pretty fucking good. Again, shout out to Mandy Lupin. Luke's hallway scene had another level of storytelling. He was using the lightsaber styles from Kenobi himself and Anakin Vader in that order. It's an evolution of his own Jedi path. That's a pretty good one. I like that one.
That's some like Avatar level shit.
The forms are just the next level. They pop up everywhere. They're very present in all of the choreography and all over Star Wars. Like they pay attention to that shit.
Right. April B, another one of the stream queens. MVP R2D2. Word is he discussed his dismay with the prequels during the quick convo with Grogu.
That's why Grogu's like, okay, I'm
like, all right, we're cool.
Right, exactly.
I wish he did a spin though. I wish he did a little spin.
A little like yeah, that would have been fun. Or like the other one where it's just like he could have been like. He was like, didn't we just get rid of you? Like, I was just over in your fucking wet, musty ass old fucking hut and shit like that. What the fuck's going on? Like, you know what I mean? There's some that we don't know what they were saying, even though it seemed like Grogu was having a good, or he was definitely like into it. He was like, oh, I like this guy. I fuck with this guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So moving it right along. Do we have any more Easter eggs that we want to throw out before we move on to the final? What are the final prompts of the night? And then we'll start to get through whatever smart super chats we have left. This is our last episode of Mando Mondays. I feel very fortunate for everybody.
Until next year.
Until Christmas, until we get our Christmas gift.
We gotta do Book of Fett though, you know.
Well, no, that's
next year.
Right. Yeah, like we have to wait till December. I think the what I'm guessing is because it is a show. Book of Fett is going to start maybe like towards the beginning of December and get going for a couple of weeks, and then Mando starts up. I think. I mean, like,
he said Christmas. He said Christmas, and then he kind of took it back.
Yeah, Pablo Hidalgo said that it's like Netflix, where like you know how you got Daredevil season 1, and then you didn't get Daredevil season 2. You got Jessica Jones season 1, and then you got Daredevil season 2. So he was like, think of the Mandalorian and the Book of Fett like that. So you're gonna get Mando season 2, then Book of Fett season 1, then Mando season 3. So.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and we're going to have more Star Wars media than we're going to know what to shake a stick at. It's going to be.
I'm excited, and I'm also like, we'll see.
Well, right. No. I mean, it depends. You know, I think that it kind of just depends on the stable of characters.
Yeah. So like the spread that we have, it's not going to land 100% for everybody. So we just gotta like go into that knowing 100%.
That doesn't sound like
100% of us.
That
I just bring it. I'm just like, bring it, man. I got no, like, either just bring it on, hit or miss. I don't care. Especially when they started doing like the movies. I'm like, yeah, keep them coming. And then they stopped. And then I'm like, the show's like, yeah, keep them coming. Well, all these shows that got announced, I was like, fuck yeah. And then Marvel was like, all these shows. And I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm like, just eat me.
Totally. Yeah. No, I think that it's going to be like, it'll be a wealth of riches. But again, just like Star Wars usually is, it's not going to hit with everybody 100% of the time, and there's going to be some lesser, you know, some ones that people like a little bit more than the others. But I think that it's going to create like a big kind of cohesive thing. Let's do real quick next season predictions. Real quick, Naz, let us know what do you think this Mando season 3 is teeing up for this coming season? What would you say?
That's what I mentioned earlier. Like, I really don't know what's coming forward. You know, right now, it just like Mandalorian he got the Darksaber, and so far all I know is that Bo-Katan wants it. There was nothing shown at the end other than her going like fuck. You know, like that's all her reaction was, like fuck. You know, she had to like think about it again. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there unless it's gonna be like some power struggle, even with Moff Gideon trying to get it back or something. Sure. I don't know, but I don't know why I sounded like Walking Dead. I don't know. I just think that Mando's gonna be out there like, wow, what am I gonna do now?
I read for Boba Fett, but it turned out it wasn't a very good fit. I couldn't do a New Zealand accent, you know. Like,
they wouldn't even give me Grogu. I could do it.
I could do it.
But I don't know. Like, I'm hoping to be like John Wick, you know, like, oh shit, everybody's after him now, you know, that kind of shit.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what we thought the Mandalorian was going to be before Grogu showed up.
Yeah,
like we thought that it was going to be like a John Wick, but for Star Wars. And so I think that if we don't get it with Mandalorian, it seems like we're going to get like a crime underbelly element. That seems like that's like kind of Book of Boba shit, like all the way. You know what I mean? Like it literally deals with like a crime underworld. Sam, what do you got? What do you think's going to happen in the next season?
So I think we're going to get Grogu coming back, and he's been in high school, and he's going through a goth phase, and he's got the long black hair, and he's got some white shadow on. Like, dude, you're so uncool, Mando. I just want to go to school on my own. Don't worry with me, you know. But I don't care what happens, to be honest. I mean, I'm here in the UK, right in the center of this like weird mutated version of the virus, where I'm going to be locked down for some time. So I just need content. Fill me up.
Hey, I hear you,
all
my boy.
In my mouth, thank you.
All of it. It's a party in my mouth, and everybody came. I feel it.
You just gotta get on that Disney vaccine tip, Sam. You gotta get into that.
No, we were just saying within the like little private chat that we have that they need to get Filoni and Favreau on that vaccine stat because we need those guys. You know.
I mean, Gandalf got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Sir Ian McKellen got vaccinated. I think like
put
about
some Beskar armor around those two.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they need to be. They need them and Jeff Bridges need to be protected.
Patrick Stewart win.
Yeah, it's funny you said Jeff Bridges.
What happened?
I was thinking Tron. So earlier when.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Hello.
You guys were like, yeah, you know, all this content of Star Wars and Marvel, and I was just thinking in my head when I said like, yeah, keep feeding me. I was like, I wish we had a lot of Tron content.
Oh, you just made a friend, Maddie loves that Tron Legacy. Well, aren't they doing a third one? Isn't that cute?
No, stuck in development hell. So my
Jared Leto or something like that. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. It's like when they did Tron Legacy, the beginning of that movie set up a sequel much,
and then the Dillinger.
Yeah, and then the special features on the Blu-ray set up a sequel, and then it's been 10 years and there's nothing. I'm very heartbroken.
Right now, Jeff Bridges has cancer and he's getting treatment. And so I know he's working on a show right now called The Old Man, and even that is on hold until he finishes treatment. Everybody thinks he's looking good, but they literally can't go forward with his properties until they fix him. So
I got you.
I think that they're waiting on that before they go any further because of what they would have to do, God forbid, if something were to happen. But Jeff Bridges is
that's my prediction.
And I would die.
That's my prediction for Mandalorian 3. He goes into the fucking into the grid.
He becomes a user.
Yes, becomes a user in the grid and has to make his way back out.
Right? I mean, at some point they're gonna fucking do it. Shout out to Tron, another Tron coming up over here. When Skywalker entered Cara Dune, definitely knew. Close up on her face, no one else beside Mando. No one else is besides Mando. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, her being involved, to such a large degree within the conflict, I think that makes sense. So I think it was probably Moff Gideon and Cara were probably the two that were probably feeling over there. Again, thank you so much, Mandy, for throwing in. We really appreciate you. With Thrawn being hinted, he must have returned from wherever Ezra took him. Will we see Ezra 2? Did Ahsoka and Sabine find him, or did Thrawn off him?
That's a whole other TV show.
I think that's the Ahsoka of it all. And I think that's where we're gonna get a lot of that material. I think
and those three will be main characters in that show, which is what they should be. They should not be side characters of another story. They should be made their own story.
The show is called The Mandalorian, and so you were kind of worried that it was just going to get overstuffed with too much of that shit. And so I'm glad that we kind of have that where we can just do the Ahsoka and the Ezra and all that type of
I had this conversation with a friend that he was like, yo, I wasn't feeling that whole Luke thing. They could have used any other Jedi, blah, blah. And then I told him, no, man, it's like Luke is the Jedi of that time period. How are you going to have this how are you going to have this happening in the universe after Return of the Jedi without having Luke appear in it? But he's not the focus. And these other Jedis, I'm sure, are going to be freaking shown in Ahsoka because that's what's going to matter. Thrawn is out there. She's looking for Thrawn. Last we know about Thrawn involved Ezra. Shit's going to happen. People are going to be shown. Just let it go. Just let it flow.
We just got to let them get there. We don't want to rush things too much because that was the one thing that you can't say about the MCU is that they took their time to really get all the pieces kind of set up and kind of moving and stuff. So we're gonna get there. We just gotta, it's like a road trip. You just gotta, sometimes you just gotta drive through Iowa.
Some of the actors,
it sucks, but you just gotta wait a little bit for it to get there, and it will get there eventually.
You don't want that first Justice League kind of shit happening.
Right.
Love Tron theory. Tron theory. His legacy was a dream of his son. Best wishes to the great Jeff Bridges. I think that we can.
I think we need to talk about how the whole sequel trilogy just ripped the entire plot of Tron Legacy.
We did say that, dude. Tron Legacy is the fucking Force Awakens. They
did Old Man Luke before the sequel did Old Man Luke.
For real, that shit. That was 80% of that movie was beats from TFA. It was fucking.
Holy shit! What the fuck? And I was like, they stole that. They stole that.
And they didn't even have the balls to call it fucking Daft Punk and fucking get them to throw down on the shit. Come on, let's get that shit going.
For Tron.
All I want.
There were a couple moments in this episode where I was like, man, I remember saying I wish Daft Punk was in this scene somehow. That lightsaber scene could have definitely used some.
And that would have been fucking amazing, dog. If Daft Punk did that shit, like Luke Dick and Daft Punk, oh my god!
I want them to take the evil C-3PO and R2-D2, Trips and whatever his name is, BT or whatever, and I want them to make Daft Punk DJ droid.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm with that.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I'll accept that.
100%. Adrian Flores is rolling in. All I want is Boba to hit his damn head on a door. or I want to see. The whole Boba's been re-badassified. He was a fucking chump who was like just had a really awesome fucking design. You know, at least for in how he went out, like cinematically. Are we gonna get one? Are we ever gonna get another? Are we gonna get like a jetpack malfunction ever again? Yeah.
I hope not, though, only because like if it does happen, I hope it's like something that he recovers from. Like, but like he just too far in his like, you know what I'm saying, Boba Fett.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? To like ever like it, you know what I'm saying? He passed that point.
Boba fetish? Is that what you said?
That's what I'm saying, but I can call it Boba Fettery as well. You know what I'm saying?
All you bitches got a Boba fetish.
Boba fetish. I got a Boba fetish. I ain't gonna lie about it.
No, I was gonna say that I didn't. It wasn't a McClunky moment. It was just me, Sean, being like, "Wouldn't it be fucking cool if you do this?" Like, I remember there was the moment when Boba rolled up on Bib Fortuna and like shot him and took over the throne and everything like that. The thing, it was just like one little extra fanfic thing that happened. Wouldn't it have been fucking cool, or would have been dope if he walks up? Because what I thought was going to happen is that he walked up on that spot where you can hit the fucking what happened? Is everything okay, Maddie? What happened?
Oh no, buddy!
Look at it!
Congratulations!
Come on, here. What the fuck, Mandy? Thank you so much. That's incredible. Like, I want to say massive thanks to y'all. I've been watching since GOG season 5 uploads, and you got me through a really rough time. I wish it could be more. What are you talking about? Wish it could be more. Fuck the fucking fuck off and cram it straight up your beautiful ass, Mandy. I wish it could be more, but I hope that it helps you with what's going on over there. Merry Christmas, Mandy.
Hey, I want to get off Sean Tank Top for a second, who sometimes he gets a little schmaltzy, but 'tis the season. But these live streams and you guys watching our videos is the only thing that has gotten Morgan and I through quarantine.
Yeah,
I will say that.
Sure.
That like hanging out with all of you and getting to watch these shows that we love and getting to engage with our fandom and getting to hang out with our friends like Emilio and Sam and Maddie and Nas. And getting to talk to you guys about stuff that we love, like, man, like, you don't understand how lucky we are to have you in our life. So, so thank you. Like,
thank you,
Andy. That is you are like quite literally too kind.
I'm making you cry, bitch. God
I know, right?
Yo, that's the real. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Dusty, you really fucked me up with that emotionally.
No, man, it's like Luke just walked in all of a sudden. I got a little tear in my eye.
But I actually feel something this time, though. That's the difference.
Wow, yes,
so generous. It's so generous. I'm like, that's fucked up, dude.
This is not like when you walked in. This is like when R2 walked in, and you're just like.
Right? No, again, thank you so. No, it really has been. I mean, like it's been a gift, and that's also been what's been cool about this season. It's been like just a shitload of fun to talk about. Like whether or not, even if you don't like, even if it's something you're like, like I didn't quite dig that or whatever. It's still like what I keep saying is that Star Wars is now a big enough fucking sandbox to fucking that everybody can kind of play in and get the fun that they want out of it, and that's the fucking coolest thing.
Yeah.
Shit. Well. Let me see. Oh, hold on. We'll say like they tried with the dubstep. They did have a
that was so cool.
Just a teensy tiny bit of like. Yeah, there was like a little bit of.
Go crazy, Sam. Go crazy.
I was into it.
Just a tiny. It was just light enough that it kind of worked insofar as the scene. You know what I mean?
Those Death Troopers should have pop locked on Mando. That's for sure.
Hey, all at the same time, right?
The Troopers were definitely great, and the Death Troopers from Rogue One with the scrambled radios. I want them to like feature on the track.
Right.
I bet they could throw down with some freestyling.
They sounded like the Tom Waits of fucking Star Wars with that fucking distortion shit on there. It's like,
I just
really
don't want the next season to be like just Din Djarin as Jon Snow and like fucking Bo-Katan as Daenerys. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want that. I don't want a whole season of that. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it leading to that at some point where they got to bump heads. You'll be like, oh shit, I kind of can do this leadership.
On my face. Explain
I
it.
just
Fire.
want to see the mixtape cover. That's what I want to see. 'Cause that's gotta be fire.
It's gonna be Pop locking to dark, like Pop locking in the dark storm. Oh no!
I love how they try to make
For
it sound
next
like.
season? Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Sam. What were you saying?
I love how they tried to make it like almost sound like it was the actual noises they were making and not
I
a bit
know,
of
right?
music.
It was so
And then it was a
cool.
little bit like, oh yeah, we quantized this. Yeah, you hear this in the big.
It's like
Yeah,
it was like half
yeah.
diegetic, half non-diegetic.
Yeah,
It was
it was
pretty
great.
cool.
It was, yeah. Also, I remember that was. It wasn't. I mean, obviously, it's not a big deal. It's not even really McClunky. But I do remember, like, while I was editing it and I was kind of going through the episode again, I was like, why do you need to keep a robot in cold storage?
You got to plug it in.
Plug it in, plug it in.
Also, why is there
batteries
an
in the
airlock
freezer to
right
make
there?
them last
Right,
long.
right. No, I mean, like, it's fun. No, not that it's not a big deal. But I do remember that was just like a little thing where I'm just like, why do robots need to be cold? Why wouldn't you just keep them warm so they're just?
It's like putting the batteries in the fridge to make them last longer.
Yeah, they're running on AAs.
Oh, maybe.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
No. You brought it to real world, like real world shit, and so that tracks for me. Who else do we got? Like, who else needs to throw up a prediction? What do we got over there, Maddie? What do you got over there? Yeah.
I want Cara Dune to be A, cleaning her gun. B, doing some bullshit deputy shit. C, on the way home to her home planet and just fucking die. That's what I want.
Damn.
I just want her to fucking die. That's
It'd be
all I
funny
want.
if she just has to put a mask on at the last second and then dies. Like,
Right. Well, no.
No shade to Cara Dune season 1, full shade to Gina Carano. Like, sorry.
Yeah,
Big
she's
sorry.
as far as like no. What they should have is that she has to wear a mask because there's like an infection outbreak on a ship, and then the CO2 levels, bring her blood sugar, and then and then she and then she dies. Like that's what would happen. Like that
would be so meta.
and then in real life, she'd be like, "I told you, masks kill people."
Or no,
I want her to die dramatically and then go, if only I was wearing the mask.
Right.
Oh no! She gets sucked out into space. It's like, really, could use a mask right now. Freezes to death, or some shit like that. That would have been something else.
We gonna lose somebody that we care about next season, though. It's
Right.
It's Mando, Tori.
Right, that's true. Well, no.
Oh, you did there.
Pun jail right there.
Because she is a deputy. She is a deputy. She is a cop. So is it all Karas are bastards? ACAB.
Yes. All Karas are bastards.
I think that's why she didn't look too excited when Luke turned up, because he was wearing that deep fake mask, wasn't he? So.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
We get the fire going because we are roasting.
Chestnuts roasting.
Who else? Right? No, yeah, we're roasting chestnuts. We're roasting
Yeah, we're
carrots.
roasting on an open fire. Mangoes nipping at your toes.
Oh my god!
Alderon is nipping at your toes though. Ooh.
Yeah, I want them to do the Simpsons meme where like, oh no, she died on the way to her home planet. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, don't give her an on-screen death. Just be like,
no, God,
She
no.
poochies on out of here. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. I love that. Yeah.
Oh,
Can you say
man.
Karen,
Karen
dude. Like that's been our thing that we've been saying all fucking thing. So who else? Any other predictions? Who else? Like Draces, you got any predictions over there? You guys good? What are you guys feeling?
Come on, Martin, you got one with that awesome ass hairstyle.
I would like to. They need to establish with Bo. She needs to have some sort of conversation where she explains the sister and the dark saber situation, where no one thinks that she actually earned the dark saber, because that could be a thing, and that's why she doesn't want to take it a second time, right? Maybe when because like, I don't know, Maddie, when her sister gave it to her, was that like contentious among the Mandalorians?
So Ezra actually stole it from Maul, and then Ezra
Okay.
gave it to Sabine, not
Okay.
Sabine, and then Sabine gave it to her. So like another Mandalorian like handed it to her after being handed from it to her by a Jedi. So like,
Yeah.
it's all
But
sort
since
of,
she
like,
lost
up in
it
there.
once already, I feel
Yeah.
like
But
they could establish it that
Yeah.
a lot of people look at her kind of sideways because she had it and she lost it. And if they heard that she was just like handed it again,
Right, exactly. That's why
And
I think
she
that's why
needs to rally like an army to take back Mandalore, right? Is that
Yeah,
the whole
Sean
deal?
Tank Top. What is this that Marcus Reyes thing that you just did?
I was just gonna. I was just queuing it up so I could pop it in once we were done. But yeah, but Mark is saying Bo-Katan witnessed Operation Black Saber, first heard about in Rogue One. It's the Imperial operation that ravaged Mandalore, and was that? Is that? I mean, like, because that is the thing. Like, we're again, like, and we kind of don't really know because we just haven't gotten a lot of information out of the Moff Gideon of it all. But like, insofar as like was his, he wanted to get the Darksaber so he could sow chaos amongst Mandalorians. I mean, like, that seems like a good, theory, but we don't know if that's what actually happened, like, insofar as all that, right?
We don't know what happened, but we do know that the Darksaber already existed and that the Empire already knew where it was. So I agree that Operation Black Saber, especially with a name like Operation, it implies a military tactic or plan or strategy. So that's really the only other thing it could be if the Empire made a concerted effort to destroy Mandalore. Like, that just absolutely tracks for me.
To basically take like the thing that would unite any Mandalorian and just rip it out of their kingdom.
Rip it out of their kingdom. I mean, they already had it like by the clone, like around the Clone Wars. So like, so Operation Black Saber would have been just fucking destroying Mandalore, because that is like the symbol of their independence and sovereignty. So
I got you right for sure. Any other predictions? Anybody else throwing out anything else out there? I don't. Okay, I'll just say this is my very broad one because we said goodbye to him. I don't think that we get Grogu for a whole season. I think he comes back in season 4.
I don't want him to show up. I would like him to show up, but I think that the Mando, like, there are only so many times we can endanger Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And I really felt it like playing out a lot this season.
Right.
So I'm like,
because what I thought was going to happen is that Luke, we were going to get the Luke moment. We were going to have, like, he was going to show up, and then, Grogu was going to be like, I'm good, man. I love my dad too much. I'm just going to let the Force in me kind of roll out, and I'm going to be a foundling. I'm going to be a legit Mandalorian. Like, that was what, and I thought that Grogu was going to, like, legit. I thought that Grogu was going to become the titular Mandalorian. Like,
you said that a bunch of times. I think Sam said it when we had him on.
That's been kind of going around a lot. So, like, that was why I was a little surprised that he actually went with Luke. Like, I for one did not think it was a foregone fucking conclusion that he was going to go with Luke at all. Just because, I mean, like, Disney couldn't stay away from a Skywalker for under a fucking year. They couldn't have a Skywalker on screen.
Cash cow, baby.
For a year. No, I mean, like, no, like, they couldn't do it. Like, Disney doesn't have a lot of self-control insofar as wanting to please people. So it's hard to know if Grogu's going to come back. I figured the longest we get away from him is like a season, and then maybe we get where he comes back and
absolutely jacked.
Oh my god!
Wait, all right. How old do y'all want him to be in the time skip though? Like the minimum amount of time. Like, I'm cool with him being like baby Groot teen status, not like a whole fucking
I think he's gonna roll up. We've talked about this. He's gonna come back. He's not gonna be Grogu. He's gonna be Brodu. He's gonna come back.
I hate it.
No, hey, get it off the screen. Get it off the screen now. Get it off the screen.
Kill it with fire. No, but I think that I mean, like, unless Din is going to literally, I don't think he's going to change that much. I think he'll just kind of talk and maybe be a little more mobile. But, like, Din is going to be dead and in the ground by the time he even gets close to being
an adult.
10 years old, and even into a teenager, like that's going to be Din will have been dead for hundreds of years by that time.
Yeah. So you think there is during the run of this series, there's no point where he'll be older than baby Yoda status? Because
I don't see how he could be. I mean, he's 50 years old and he's like 1.
Right. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Do you think that? You know what I mean? Here's an interesting question to pose when we're talking about prediction. Do you think that Kylo Ren murdered him?
No, I do not. I mean, I really like the freaking what did I tweet earlier? I like the, like, sort of retcon of, like, all of the people who were mad, like Luke would never, like, do that to Ben or whatever. Well, now he's, like, defending Grogu, right? So, like, absolutely I would fucking, like, kick Adam Driver's face in for Baby Yoda. No questions asked. Like,
I don't know. I'd
absolutely.
love a whole like Grogu's kind of a jerk and like
He would
given-
bully Kylo so hard is the
I
thing.
know,
Like
and he'd
Grogu is
steal all
why
his
he
eggs.
turned to the dark side.
That's
I was-
what I'm thinking. He steals
Yeah.
one too many eggs, and
Oh my
Kylo's
God.
like,
So this guy on campus keeps eating all of my lunches and my eggs and stuff like that. And keeps,
Mom, I just don't understand. Like, everybody loves him so much. Like, what does he have that I don't? I'm cute. I have better hair.
Right?
oh
No,
my
I mean,
God,
he does have
Han
better
comes for Dad Day, and like Han loses his shit with Grogu and like
Oh my
plays catch
God.
with him.
Oh my God! Right.
We
Oh my-
figured it out.
And
Oh,
Kylo's
Jesus.
behind a tree, like glaring.
The film called Jedi Daycare.
Oh my God.
100%. Broke Boy got it right. No Jon Snow, but I think the Mandalorians. I think the Mandalorians are better together. Thing will play out.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think the whole they said like, oh, Mandalore, like it's not inhabitable anymore, and I think that they're going to. I think that all roads kind of lead there, at least within this show. Alex Cruz. Oh, what's up, Alex? How you doing? Maybe that's one of our House Bulletin regulars.
Love ya. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Lil Lovin', appreciate you. Give me first order. Give me Ray, Sloan, and Brendel Hux. Brendan,
Yeah.
cast emergence. Also, happy holidays. Love you guys. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
thanks, Lainey.
I think that'd be fun. I think
You're
I'll
not
let.
a fan, yes.
Yeah, I think that could be that's something that could be in the cards. Like I think it's hard.
We got Ray Sloan in Squadrons. I don't know if she exists IRL. Like I think that she's got like a weird like face mishmash virtually, and then like voiced by someone specific. But I would absolutely love it if Ray Sloan showed up next season. That would make me so happy. I love it.
Not Loud Parrot coming in. Next time we see Grogu, he's talking. He's Luke's Padawan, and he calls Luke, and Luke calls him Snips.
Shut the front door.
Oh my
You
God!
shut your goddamn mouth.
I mean, like, okay, so like, I also don't think that we're really going to be. I think that whole Luke scene was so good and it's resonating with a lot of fans. Like very well. People are really digging it. I think that this is the curtain call for Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. We got to have like the big kind of like the video game like cum shot fucking Jedi-ness of it all. You know what I mean? Like we did. I mean that's what it was. I mean like and it's shit that everybody wanted to see. And like we got to kind of peek under the hood as far as like all that stuff is just like what he could do and what he's capable of. I don't think that we get Luke very much in this series at all, if anything.
So you don't think there's no chance Sebastian Stan officially playing him? That's just the internet.
I want him to do that shit in Rogue Squadron in the Patty Jenkins movie that we're getting about Luke. That's what I want.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I'm if they get another actor, then I'm cool with Luke being in the show more.
Okay.
If we're going to Tarkin Town.
Right, I agree. I agree.
Then I don't want him.
I 100% agree.
I think that if they wanted to dub another actor, that would be fine. I think probably Sebastian Stan has a little bit too big of a head to like be okay with that. But like they could do it. They could synthesize his voice.
No, he should just play him. He should just play him as is.
They didn't drop like what's his name's voice for Solo, and it worked out fine. I mean, like I think that we need to take the fucking kitty gloves off and just be like, listen, we want more stuff with these characters, and in order to fucking do that in the era that we want them in, we just need to hire somebody new. And that's just
like I don't want them to like put Hugh Jackman's voice on every Wolverine till the end of time.
Right, exactly.
You know? Like
I do.
And I mean, like, and Hugh Jackman like is Wolverine in the way that like a Sean Connery or a Daniel Craig is James Bond. He's like how Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Like he is just iconic in that role. But we're gonna eventually have to get somebody else to fucking play him. Mm-hmm. And I think that people need to stop being so
precious about that shit and just let's fucking, if we're gonna recast fucking Leia, and let's just fucking do a show where we get to watch them fucking train and we
Billy
get
Lord Leia. Billy Lord Leia.
Absolutely, 100%.
But she's already technically in the movie though, and like in the Star Wars canon though.
Or Millie Bobby Brown.
All right, I'm open to that, but Carrie Fisher's daughter cannot play her because she's already been in a Star Wars movie. So
I mean, Mads Mikkelsen could play Thrawn, but he's already Galen Erso, so
sure. His brother, right? That's something to do. Prediction: Grogu will get his own spin-off series, training on Dagobah with Luke and Lady Olenna Tyrell as his nanny.
Rip Diana Rig, Rip Dame Diana.
Well, Lady R.I.P. Lady Tyrell.
No, he was. Well, hey, I mean, apparently, like nobody. Well, nobody's ever really gone. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, insofar as
Force Ghost Olenna. I'm down.
I can think of worse things. I predict they push the show forward and make the universe seem larger than the state of. Okay, what Thirst Officer is talking about. I will say this: insofar as it is a galaxy worth of characters, and we can't get away from the same 5 people, which I think is kind of my main critique of Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you.
It's the same 4 fucking people, and like I just want to, even though it was fun and even though I had a good time, clearly everybody else did. But like I just kind of want to just kind of I just want to explore more. That's just kind of how that's how I feel about it. But
I feel you. I agree that like this show has shown us that there's so many more stories to tell outside of just like the ones that we grew up on. And
that's why I'm so excited for the Acolyte.
After that,
the Acolyte jumped to my number 1, but just because it's like 200 years in the past at least or something like that. It's like I don't know nobody except for maybe Yoda. Maybe Yoda will be in there, and that's
my god, another baby Yoda.
Actual baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
He'll be like middle-aged Yoda.
Oh.
He'll be a teenager smoking weed already.
He'll be in his hundreds. If Acolyte is anything like the books they're releasing, the books and comic series they're releasing, which is the High Republic, they already mentioned that Yoda is going to be part of it because he is like over 900 years old. So then he'll be whatever. Fucking 500 or some shit.
Right, do that math real quick.
Yeah,
he'll be whatever years old.
Whatever years old, man. Do the math. But yeah, Yoda is definitely going to be that one character that we know and will be part of that. But if anything else, everybody else is going to be brand new. And that's what I want. I want to see. It's kind of like when we played like Knights of the Old Republic. You know, like you got involved in that. I want to see that world. You know, I want the Star Wars when it was just the High Republic, the Old Republic, the Jedi like crazy, Sith like crazy. I just want all that shit.
No, I feel that.
Yeah, I think that the Acolyte might have been
Mark Hamill, I saw that.
Yeah, right. Patrick pointed $2 Pershing definitely got an Operation Paperclip deal. He sang like a canary, and he gave them what they wanted. And he's always been kind of weirdly sympathetic, kind of, because he's always kind of stuck up.
Defect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, like, and plus, like, I did love how just like flustered he was getting, like when they were in that stick up. Like he was always going, like he was just like he was so flustered about it, which of course I would be while I was taking like 10 Frady P's while somebody.
Yeah, if Cara Dune and Din Djarin were staring at me and someone else had a gun to my head, I would be that freaked out.
Absolutely.
Also, I just recently watched Argo for the first time, and it was funny because I had just watched the finale, and then later that day I was like, I'm gonna watch Argo because like there's a great podcast on like movies called Truth versus Hollywood. Anyway, whatever. So I was watching that, and I was like, Dr. Pershing, Dr. Pershing's in this movie.
That's awesome. That's killer. It's fun.
It was great.
Now we're just getting through. So we're getting to the last of the super chats. We appreciate everybody who's thrown in. Thank you so much. We're wrapping this thing up. It has been an amazing end of the season of Mando Monday live streams. Everybody, like, thank you to everyone who's thrown down, everyone who's super chatted. It's been an amazing thing and a great. Just like the end of this show, pretty fucking satisfying finale. So I appreciate everybody on the chat and everybody in the stream. Man, we'd be great. I swear to God, if Bo-Katan said Gideon is mine one more time, I was going to jump through the screen. I did not like her at all in this episode.
Yeah, that was part of my McClunky, for sure.
They did color her as like really adversarial and not a shred of warmth or not even warmth necessarily, but like insofar as
just like I don't know. She was just like she was super aggro, like from the moment that she was on screen, and I think that works. But I think it was very one note. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Right on. Favorite scene. Hold on, we're bringing them up real quick. Here we go. Alex, $5 says favorite scene was with Grogu and Mando saying goodbye. The little hand in the face teared up. I cry. I mean, we have the.
Thank you, Morgan. Thank you, Morgan.
Hold on, Morgan, do it again. Let's see it real quick there. What do you got? There it is. Oh,
that's the
tears to my eyes. Damn it! Oh my god. Yeah, no, that was my favorite scene. That was my favorite scene of the whole thing. I like everybody's got their babies over here. I'm loving it. That was my favorite scene of the episode for sure. Was just like that, just paying off like that whole like element of the story. I just thought that was the most satisfying thing emotionally from the episode. Here we go, a couple more. We're getting through them. Appreciate everybody. How do we say this? Bigo Lamello. We're doing a little Italiano. I don't know if that's supposed to be Italian or not. Wasn't there a danger in episode 6 that when Grogu reached out in the Force, it wouldn't just be a Jedi that could sense his presence, like any kind of malign Force-sensitive might? That was people have put that out a bunch, where like that would have been a really crazy twist. Was if a Sith was the one that answered the reply all. They're just
right. I mean, it could still happen because I mean, he did send out a whole email, so everyone Force sensitive knows he exists now, don't they?
That's another way. Okay, that is how maybe you get him back into the show a little bit. Is like you get like a cat and mouse thing with them.
I agree.
With them coming after him potentially. Cuff Tron, what are your thoughts on Mara Jade, considering that the sequels are hopefully extinguished in canon?
The sequels aren't going to be extinguished. I'm just going to burst your bubble right there. They're not.
Yeah, that's never going to fucking happen. So you just keep hoping, I guess. But
we have to live with it. You know, you might live with it easier or harder than other people, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's how people were big in their feelings about the prequels. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh my. No.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
In 20 years, you'll be okay. I promise.
Oh no. That's the other thing. Like I can't like what I think everybody's going to be really fucking weirded out when we get the sequel kids come up. Like all the kids that were 5 and 6.
When they're like, Palpatine clone.
No, prequel.
Sorry.
No. With the sequel, just everybody says that. But like I remember because I saw that shit when I was fucking 15 years old in the fucking movie theater, and I was like, prequels suck, terrible, awful, throw them in the trash. And now they're like, for a lot of people, that is their Star Wars. And that's the Star Wars that they prefer. Watch these motherfuckers who are fucking 5 years old when Force Awakens coming out, when Last Jedi is coming out, they're going to come up and be like, eat my fucking balls with this prequel bullshit and this OT bullshit. Like, they're going to say it. I said, like, I'm calling it right now. It's not going to be for like another 10 years, but it's happening. Last Super Chat of the year. Looking forward to joining in on the chat. So WandaVision in January. Have a great holiday season, all of you. Thank you very much to Matt. We appreciate you. I think. Thank you, Matt.
I'm so excited for WandaVision.
That movie that looks really interesting.
Every trailer makes me more confused and excited.
I'm not the biggest fan of MCU Wanda because I'm such a hardcore comics Wanda fan.
Sure.
So I'm excited for WandaVision to like intertwine them more. I mean, I'm still mad at the casting. They're never going to fix that.
Right.
But they can do what they want. Like, they can do more of what I want them to do with WandaVision, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, look at Marcus Reyes. Episode 9 is my nephew's favorite movie.
Oh,
watch it happen.
Watch it.
No, and again, it's like no one can tell anybody that there's wrong about their kind of Star Wars.
But there was only 8 episodes this season. What?
No, 9.
That's a good one, bro.
Episode 9 is Rogue One.
Oh, right. There we go. Shit. So, anyway, we just want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. Like the whole thing, this last 8 weeks has been a fucking ball. It's been really fun. This is we're gonna end. We're not gonna be as long as a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but we're definitely about as long as I think The Force Awakens. So I know it's been a long stream, and we appreciate everybody who stuck it out. I appreciate my fucking fellow stream marathoners
your
over
fellow
there.
delegates or
Your
Dello
fe-
delegates.
Your Dello Delegates.
Your Dello Delegates, man, absolutely. Like,
My
okay, shout
Delegates.
out to Darth Banks. So let's just go around. We'll do like a couple of plugs real quick. Let's go with Nas. What do you got coming up? Where can people find you if they want to check out your stuff? And you have a lot of it, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, most people don't know that, but I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitch a lot, so just follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Naztradamix. I'm on there. I'm constantly just hanging out, playing games, but mostly I do something called Enter the Fan Chamber, which I shouldn't be doing, but I watch movies with people. I watch movies with my audience, and we be having a ball and just loving it. So that's one of my highlight things. And if you happen to be a fan of my stuff, like Broke Boy Gamer over here, and want to see all those good dubs that me and my friends did over the past 10 years, then you're free to go to mweforlife.com, and they're all there for you to watch for free.
Oh man, that's amazing. He give me all the shit for free, dog. I'm gonna say thank you, dog.
Right? Talk about a fucking early Christmas present. Is that how it's spelled, Nas, or do we need to? Is that how it's spelled, or is that good?
Where is it at? Where is that?
I got it.
Oh, right there. Yeah, right there. In front of my face. My dumb ass. Yeah.
I got you.
That's exactly how it's spelled. Yeah, it's right there. When you go there, then there'll be like videos or dubs or something. But make sure you highlight the stream and click on the stream, because then the whole catalog will show up.
And follow them on Instagram too, just in case you want to just be in tune like that, man.
Yeah, follow me. It's my same name everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Follow me there and be involved in with me, my badasses, the Cybergoons, and my way.
Ooh, the Cybergoons. That's a hard name for the
Appreciate
squad.
you.
Hey, Nas, I can't remember if we hit you up after you were on the podcast, but it was like pretty early in our podcast we had you on, and Morgan's stepdad is a cyber creep, and he'll like I guarantee you he's looking up a meal right now. He's already like way up on Sam's shit. Like, he already knows all about Maddie. He's like a total creep. But he was like, so I went to your that guy's website, and like, he accidentally ended up on some porn site somehow. And he's like, that was not what I was expecting.
Amazing.
Wasn't complaining though, and I was like, Kenny, what the hell?
He accidentally went to milfsforlife.com.
Yeah.
I was going to say Nostradaminatrix.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There we go. Oh my God.
Please follow my OnlyFans. It's called Only Nads.
So you changed Morgan's stepdad's life for the better, just so you know.
That's what I do. That's what I do. Our tagline was, the best thing on the internet since porn. But, he actually found the porn, and he's like, well, this is way better. So.
I love it. Sam, what do you got going on? Where can people find you? What do you got going on? Anything to plug?
Yeah, y'all know where to find me. At Sam Coleman Actor on all of the socials for dogs, my face, and a lot of little souchon of socialism. That's what my content's all about. I've got a cameo if you want to book a Christmas message for me. If that's there's better people on there. There's better people on there. But...
Yeah, if you know anybody that. Right. Exactly.
Aren't we all?
I'm cheaper than the real Hodor.
Dude, these days we're fucking. Maddie, what do you got? What's going on? You got anything that you want to plug over there, dear?
I'm finishing up my build for my streaming rig, so I'll be able to start hardcore game streaming on Twitch, which. Thank you, Sean Tank Top. You can find it twitch.tv/Hillbilly Eilish. So go ahead and follow me now, because the sooner I get to like Twitch Associate, the sooner that I can get you all the shit and all the content that you need. So I'm fucking there.
Bam.
Oh yeah.
Hillbilly Eilish, baby.
Is this how you spell it? I'm trying to get it up so everybody can fucking try to.
Yeah.
No. Where it is? Come back. People, everybody's throwing in the. There we go. Is that it?
Right there. Yes.
Everybody give that a little fucking follow over there. And
I will be hosting Sean's DJ nights too, so on my channel. So
there we go.
You can watch him from my page too.
There we go. We're gonna rope it in all around. I'm with that. I'm with that for sure. Yeah, I mean, like you guys know, like the House Burlington thing. Hit us up on patreon.com/SeanTankTop if you want to unlock a bunch of different content. I mean, like, you know, you guys know if you guys enjoy the channel and we want to get more of that stuff, just hit us up on our Patreon, and then also make sure to hit the like and subscribe every time that you see one of these motherfucking videos roll up. You know what to fucking do. Do the goddamn right thing. Wear those goddamn masks. And I want to kick it to the final plug of the night over there to Emil BrokeBoyGamer. Like, what do you got to plug, my dude? And what do you got going on?
First off, before I say anything that's in reference to me, I want y'all to know that I appreciate every single Monday I spend with y'all. This is the closest like piece of normalcy I've had in a very long time, and I feel like I'm just like able to embrace y'all, whether it's through the screen or so on and so forth. I also want to apologize for my very stormtrooper quality bladder today. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those episodes. I'm sorry, PBRs was running through your boy, but like
misfiring.
But like, man, from like the Drases, y'all like just always just like an abundance of love and positivity. Morgan, your hairstyle today is just too crazy. It's amazing. Shiny boy, you bring this all together. You the glue that keeps us sane, and I appreciate you and your tank tops for holding us through this shit.
Thank you, man.
Maddie Pedia, you know what I'm saying? Shorty, I feel like I just met you, but I feel like I love you forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You already know that I appreciate all the gems you drop in, like everything you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You a hillbilly queen. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
Someone's got it, right?
My boy Sam, dog. You know what I'm saying? You done blessed us with one of the most greatest scenes of all time in television history, G. And like, you gotta do another thing for me to. First of all, I met you as a person, and you were fucking amazing. You let me buy you a drink. So like, even outside of that, dog, you already just like. But they say never meet your heroes, but my hero held the door for me, so I can't speak for the next person. You a fucking king, dog, and I appreciate you. And not last but definitely not least in my heart, man, I gotta tell you a couple sequels. I got the Juggernaut, Jug, you can't put it in there. And don't forget, Jug, get that shit out my face. Oh my,
I'm telling you, I'm waiting for the day that people go back and this is like just gonna cancel me for all the crazy shit we said.
No, bro, you said we're gonna have an R-word party in that video. Like that's a quote, and like there is some like joints in there, but like I ain't gonna lie, I love you for taking that chance when the internet had no rules. So you are, man, you are a fucking god. Calling you a meme legend is under fucking statement, dog. Memes weren't even existing when you made jokes, dog. Like, it is a pleasure to be able to tell you this to your face, bro. You're the ninth wonder of comedy to me, bro. I tell you that.
Thank you.
I fucking love you, dude. You're a king to me, man. And like, without that said, it's your boy BrokeBoyGamer. You can follow me on BrokeBoyGamer on YouTube, also by other names, No Phone Fonz on Instagram and so on and so forth. But I'm just here to, like, you know what I'm saying, make a couple jokes, make a couple people laugh, put a smile on a person's face here and there. But either way, we care for black people out here. Yo, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all.
All right, everybody. We just want to tell everybody that we love you. This has been an absolute gift this last 8 weeks. We appreciate everybody who threw in for the super chat and kept the fucking chat amazing and fresh and vibrant and exciting. I just want to say to everyone, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all the goddamn rest of it. We love and appreciate everybody. There we go. Oh, light them up. Light them up. Absolutely. You guys take it easy. Everyone be safe out there. Wear your fucking mask. Have a great holiday. Stay home. We will talk to y'all later when WandaVision fires back up again, and we will see y'all